I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness of men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture.
America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Very fun day. Glad to be back here on Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. we didn't have a ton happen in politics over the weekend, but we did have some drama-related topics. We maybe will be addressing some of them over this week, but most likely over this week we'll be covering the new findings in the Epstein files. But today on the show, we are going to watch and review the debate I did today with Ceci, who is also on Jubilee. She also has her own podcast as well. It was a good debate. I enjoyed it. We did a long-form debate, so about 1 hour of debating. We got to talk about ICE. We got to talk about different topics involving ICE, and I thought the debate went really well. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. I think I won. I mogged in this debate. And it was kind of funny, too, because during the debate, she made it pretty clear in the beginning that she was not fond of me. She was like, oh, you're a racist, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. And I look at her and I say, it's not surprising a woman with pink hair saying this to me. And then towards the end of the debate, she was loving me. She couldn't get enough of me. She wanted a piece of the white chocolate. By the end of it, you had to practically pry her off of me. Oh, crazy. These women are crazy, guys. These women, they're crazy. They just, again, they see the suit, they see the hair, and they're like, oh my, oh my, oh my. Yeah, it was a fun debate. I enjoyed it. We're going to review it, watch it today, watch the full debate. So I want to get your guys' take on it. I think I won. I think I mogged. I think the entire thing went exactly how I thought it would go. And I want to see your guys' take. Do you guys agree that I won? What do you guys think? We're going to watch it. I want you guys to decide. I also want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. We read all the comments at the end of each show. Remember to follow me on Instagram, follow me on X, whatever platform you're watching on, just follow on there. Join our Telegram by scanning the code up in the corner. We also have our Power Chat option now up. Power Chat's awesome, guys. Send me some money, send a message, send a video with it. I don't give a shit. It pops right up on the screen, your name, your the message you wrote, etc. It just reads out onto the stream. So I'm excited about that. We have that now on the show. And I got a fundraise for my Jubilee trip as well. I have an upcoming Jubilee episode that I will be on, but I got to afford it. Like, that's the thing. They don't pay a lot. They give you like a minimal slave wage amount of money. It's really the exposure that you go there for. But it's about $50 I'll make and about $1,000 round trip. So guys, we're going to have to go in the hole about $950. Dig deep, fellas. You got anything? Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. You know, it's never expected, though. Just want to put that out there. Never expected, but always greatly appreciated when it is received. But again, we had a crazy week. There was a lot of crazy findings in the Epstein files. Last week was really nothing. Like, nothing happened in the news except people reviewing the Epstein files. And I kind of wanted to wait until I went through them a little bit more, till more revelations came out about it, before I did a longer episode on it. So I think tomorrow is when we're going to touch on the Epstein files. We'll talk about everything that was found in them. We will talk about the connections to Trump's cabinet, what I was right about, what I was wrong about, because I've made a ton of predictions in the past. Now we have a little bit of a clearer picture, but we still don't have the entire picture, and that's the sad thing. And I don't think we'll ever get the entire picture. Not only did they only release half the files, they said we're not going to release the other half of the files, that they have no obligation to release these files. We had Pam Bondi go up, completely embarrass every single American by making an ass out of herself at her congressional hearing. Howard Lutnick seems to be pretty guilty in that. There's also major conspiracies with Howard Lutnick floating around involving 9/11. These are things that I talked about, actually, so I want to see what you guys think about the Epstein files. I want to see what you guys think about the debate. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, we read all the comments at the end of each show, and we have a fuck ton of comments to read today because we had a collab on Friday, which I actually want to address something about that soon. But we had a collab on Friday, and I don't do the comments usually after a collab. So we didn't do the comments Friday. So we have Thursdays, Fridays. Any comments we got over the weekend, we got to read them all today. So going to be a good show. Going to be a long show. Going to be a fun one. But with the collab that I did over the weekend, or on Friday, I want to address something with that. A lot of people didn't like it, and I want to be honest, I kind of agree about that one. Like, I like Brittany from Politically Provoked. I like the first one, we did a lot, but it was kind of boring on Friday, you know? It was a little bit boring. Drinking made it a little more fun, not gonna lie, but it was pretty boring. Like, we didn't fucking talk about anything. We watched clips of collab the whole time, and I was like, okay, like, I don't know if you guys could see it in my face, but by the end I was like, okay, like, this is dragging. But it's no knock on Brittany. I really like her show, like her. She's a funny person. She has a good show in general, but it's just a little bit different than what I do. She focuses more on the political drama while I focus on actually the macro topics within politics. So slightly different, but it was a fun time, but it wasn't the collab I was hoping it would be. It's a little bit slower paced. Again, all reacting to collab, shit like that. But what are you going to do? One waste a day, if anything. But I'm sure we'll do a collab again, and I'll try and focus more on just having conversations with her, because when we had a conversation, that was fun. I thought we actually really had a good back and forth. We had a good conversation, joked around a bit. But then, yeah, the second time, like I said, it just wasn't necessarily what I expected. It was a little bit slower paced, and I didn't even know what to say half the time, because we were just talking about, like, nothing. But let's get into the show. Let's, like I said, do the review of the debate that I had with Ceci, spelled Ceci. Ceci. Apparently I got that wrong during the debate. Let me get it pulled up here for you guys. I'm even here. I'll make it easier. I'll take my, where is it? We'll take the QR code. We'll take the X thing right off the screen. And let's see. Maybe I move myself on the screen a little bit so you can see her timer. Let's see. What if I just did this, actually? What if we just did that? What if we, no background right now, we're just me, you guys, the debate, we're right in this shit. But let's go right into it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Monday. Let's get right into the reaction stream of the debate. It's about 1 hour long, like I said. It was a long debate. And you can kind of see the evolution over the debate where she at first fucking hates me. Like literally hates me at first. And then at the end, she's like, wow, this kid is perfect. She loves it. She literally couldn't get enough of me towards the end. I start juggling on her. I start showing her my knife trick. She loved the knife trick. I fucking just broke out the knife, hit her with one of these, and she was like, oh my. She couldn't get enough of it. It was incredible. But let's start the debate. Let's see what you guys think. I'm excited to watch this with you guys. I haven't watched the video back at all either, so excited to see it. Well, I'm James Pascalides. I host the America Unfiltered show. I am extremely pro-ICE, pro-mass deportations. I think that it does make the country safer to remove every single illegal immigrant from this country. We cannot have people who are unvetted in our country. You need to treat a country like a home, and when you allow people to just stumble into your home, abuse your public systems and services, it does not make the country safer for anybody. And really quick, before everything starts, before we really dive into it, I want to give you guys a brief intro to what this debate style is, if you're new to the show or anything, because I've done these before, but it's like a speed chess style debate. You could take the mic, pass the mic at any point, and you only have 10 minutes each for each topic. And we did 3 different debates, totaling 1 hour. Be very interesting.
Okay, great. Ceci, if James, you're happy with that, yeah?
That's the moderator. I'm a one-take kind of guy.
Very good.
In this intro, am I addressing or am I just introducing myself?
You can, as long as you just say which side you're taking, you can just say, I'm arguing that it doesn't make Americans safer. Okay. You know, it's all very...
Okay. Okay. Just go ahead.
Fire whenever you're ready, yeah.
Okay, great. I'm Ceci. I'm the host of the Putting You On podcast, where I show people doing their part in this fight in their way. I've also been on Jubilee, Dr. Daff, and the Michael Knowles Bar Fight Show, and you can follow me everywhere at Very Ceci. Do mass deportations make Americans safer? I am on the no side of this, as we've seen the violence rise, and statistically, I'll show you how.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Awesome. Right. I guess we can get into it. I'm very excited for the first triple header. So I am gonna mute myself, and then if you just give me a couple of seconds for the mute icon to disappear from my screen, James. So I'll mute, wait a couple of seconds, and then you can click the button to get going whenever you're ready. Sound good to everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going first.
Yeah, you'll go first, and I'm gonna stop talking now. Just wait a couple of seconds, and then you can go ahead, James.
Okay. Mass deportations make the country safer because, like I said in my opening statement, you have to treat a country like a home. You can't allow unvetted people to just wander into your home the same way. If someone walked into my condo, I would defend my condo. I would not let anybody just walk into my country. We already have too many people almost as it is in America, too many unvetted people. We have over estimated about 40 to 70 million illegal immigrants in this country, and we need to do whatever we can to remove them. And this isn't only my policy. This is the policy of every Democratic lawmaker prior to Donald Trump in 2015. Prior to Donald Trump, we saw Obama, the deporter-in-chief, deport about 5 to 7 million. We saw Bill Clinton deport over 11 million. We heard Hillary Clinton say that you're going to have to come in this country legally, and you're going to have to learn English, and you're going to have to assimilate. This new being against mass deportations, being against enforcing border policies, it's extremely new. It's a new form of wokeism and liberalism that is dying out pretty quickly. People are realizing very fast that the more immigrants you bring into this country, the lower wages are going to be for your regular Americans. The less housing options there will be for your regular Americans. Even the higher your rent will be for your average Americans. They always like to say that, oh, an American doesn't want to do that job. That's why we bring in an illegal immigrant. First of all, that's a very similar argument that slave owners used to make. But beyond that, Americans will work those jobs, but they will work them for an American wage for benefits. And that's something that the left continues to ignore. We need to have a country that supports its citizens, and one way to support your citizens is removing the non-citizens, removing the illegal immigrants who violated U.S. Code 81325, violating your sovereignty and mine. Let's go.
Okay, well, one, as far as people not being able to come here, I mean, we have pathways to citizenship for a reason. And I know that you like to probably deny them, but we do have those pathways, like seeking asylum. That is a thing. And a lot of these people they're deporting, they're using that as, oh, they didn't come legally, but they did. We have pathways for them to do so. Though you would disagree with that, that is still on the law in the books that they can be here, that they can use certain ways of different pathways to become citizens here. Also, you said that Obama deported 5.6, he deported 3.1, but also I wonder if your side was championing his deportations. You weren't. Nobody was championing his deportations at that time. And the thing is, though, is we didn't really talk about it because he was doing it by the book through our court system. And if Bill was able to do 11 million, Obama's able to do 3 million through the court system, then we see that it does work. You don't need to put, goons with masks, no badges, no IDs that shoot American citizens on the street to do these mass deportations. And on top of that, you said that, that Americans, we say that they won't take the same jobs and blah, blah, blah. And the reality is, though, is that doesn't come from the left. I mean, that directly comes from contractors and construction workers and farmers who have now that their employees have been taken are complaining about the Americans that they have to hire because the Americans, the reality is what you just pointed out is the fact that we've been exploiting immigrants and paying them not enough and taking away from Americans, right? But that's not the immigrants.
Because they'll take that much money. Again, Americans wouldn't. And she kind of proved my point there pretty early on in the debate.
It's fault. You keep trying to use them as the scapegoat for everything.
I didn't blame the immigrants for the wages being lower. I blame the illegal immigrants who illegally came into this country, but I also do blame the corporations who do pay them those lower wages, and I blame the government for not holding them responsible for doing that. We might be able to find some agreement actually on that part of it. But I disagree very heavily with the other things that you said. So first of all, you said Obama was 3.1 million. Not true. It was way higher than that. It was over 5 million. Second of all, you said they did it all the legal way. What is the legal way? You want to say it's through the courts. That's what they have been attempting to do. But because Donald Trump is such a... what's the word? Donald Trump is such a character that people don't want to get along with. No matter what Donald Trump does, he says the sky is blue, the sky is orange. He says grass is green, grass is red that day. Everything Donald Trump says, people want to disagree with. And I'm not even somebody who likes Donald Trump, but what Donald Trump is doing is no different than what any other president did before him to enforce our immigration laws. The kids in cages, guess who started that? Obama, but they tried to pin it on Donald Trump. It's absolutely ridiculous, the framing you use, because you try and frame it in a way like Donald Trump is this tyrannical dictator and that ICE agents who are covering their faces to not be doxxed because liberals like people who travel to Minneapolis to try and expose these people, take pictures of these people, dox these people, break into their hotels, which happened just 3 weeks ago. They literally broke into a Home 2 Suites, they broke into another Hilton and a Marriott looking for ICE agents. They were kicking their cars, destroying their cars, bombing their cars. They were doing everything they can to violently hurt these people. The Krasenstein brothers were publicly doxing names of ICE agents. There's a whole Signal chat that gives a comprehensive guide on how to go about this. So I think they should cover their faces. I think that Donald Trump is going about this, honestly, Donald Trump's being a pussy about this, in my opinion. I think Donald Trump needs to go twice as hard. I think we need to do what we can to get every illegal immigrant out.
You think that 9 American citizens dying last year from ICE wasn't enough for you? That's what this is. Like, oh, he's not going hard enough. We've had American citizens killed in the street now. Mass deportations have not made Americans safer. They've put Americans in harm's way. You do realize that, right? Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, Keith Porter.
Renee Nicole Good put herself in that scenario by sitting in the middle of the street instead of being at work or home with her kid or her wife. She put herself in that scenario sitting in the middle of the street. Alex Preddy had been he'd been questioned by law enforcement. He'd been apprehended by law enforcement multiple times just a week before. He was kicking the taillight out of an ICE vehicle, pushed to the ground by those ICE agents. He was also carrying his weapon on every single occasion that he interacted with ICE agents. His parents even came out and said he hadn't been going to work. He hadn't been contacting the people he usually contacts, that he is having a mental episode, and they told him not to get into confrontations with ICE agents. And what did he do? He got into a confrontation with an ICE agent while holding a SIG PX320, which is known to misfire. The gun misfired, there was a miscommunication, and he was killed right there on the spot. First, you could possibly blame SIG. Second, you can definitely blame him. You have to be retarded to carry a SIG PX320. You have to be really retarded to carry a SIG PX320 while engaging with law enforcement in a violent manner.
Okay, so first off, carry and conceal is
I should have been way better about managing my time in the first debate. I wasn't as good about it in the first debate as I was later on.
legal. I love that right now all these MAGA supporters that go to Walmart to buy milk with their gun are complaining that he was out with his gun. This is legal. He can do that. He never pulled his gun. And in fact,
it's about the fact that he is violently going at law enforcement. He is kicking their vehicle, screaming at them, saying, "Shoot me, motherfucker," while carrying a firearm that is known to misfire. I have no problem with anyone concealed carrying. I'm doing it right now. But if I am going to conceal carry, I promise you I'm not going to go and try and target a law enforcement officer violently.
He was not targeting anyone. In fact, he was stepping in to defend and protect a woman who you saw that ICE agent violently push when she was standing there. I mean, he threw her. I mean, she flew. And Alex Pretty put his body on top of hers. He was there to protect his fellow neighbor. He wasn't there to incite shit. He was.
So a week before, when he was kicking the back of an ICE agent's car and kicked the taillight out, and they had to push him to the ground, and he was saying, "Shoot me in the head, motherfucker." Who was he protecting then? Just curious.
That video, honestly, that video was very confusing to me because I don't understand how they would have the reaction they had the first time of, "Oh, we're just going to let him go." And then all of a sudden, the second time, we're going to shoot him. So I don't know if it was event.
It's because his gun misfired the second time. You completely missed my point about he carried a SIG PX320, which is known to misfire. Again, these things are going right over your head.
So he bought the wrong gun to carry and conceal. But again, make Americans safer.
Yes.
It doesn't. It hasn't proven that. In fact, long-term trend of migration here, of immigration, proves that in 1980, the immigration population was about 6.2%. Okay. Since that 1980 to 2022, it's grown to 14%, but total crime has dropped 60%. This is the long-term trend we've seen from immigration. If it was all criminals and they were all bad people, we would see the opposite happening in a long-term trend.
First of all, they are all criminals. They all violated U.S. Code 81325. Second, the statistic you're quoting talks about violent crimes. What does violent crimes include and not include? Well, some things it doesn't include is burglary, fraud, DUIs, child pornography.
Actually, the statistic I'm stating is total crimes. I made sure that it wasn't just violent crime because I thought it was just violent crime, but it's actually total crime.
No, it's violent.
I'm not going to lie, even I'm
surprised
by
that,
but that is what it is.
First of all, not true. That is violent crime. I've looked at that exact same statistic. Second of all, they have all violated U.S. Code 81325. Every single one of them is a criminal. They have violated federal law by breaking into this country. Even a lot of the legal immigrants need to go.
Do you feel that way? And this is a question I'll let you run with it. But do you feel that way about the people that came here legally and went through certain pathways to citizenship? Or is this just people that jumped the fence and now they're hanging out and they're hiding? Like what? Because I feel like, I don't know if you're talking about, because you sit there and say they're all criminals because they're all just here existing.
I specifically said they all violated U.S. Code 81325. What that is the unlawful entry into the United States by any means. So I am specifically talking about the illegal immigrants, but I am anti-legal immigration as well, at least temporary. We need to put at a minimum a 25 to 50-year ban on legal immigration. Right now, we have white people being replaced in this country, the founding stock being replaced in this country. We cannot continue to have that. A country is its people, and when you replace the people in a country, you change the entire country as well. Cheers.
Yeah, but America was never, I mean, I don't know what that means. Like, America is the people that make it up. And that would include the immigrants that are here, that have made homes here, that pay taxes here, that have contributed to society here. We are a nation of immigrants. That is what America.
No, we're not a nation of immigrants. We were always a nation of settlers. And then immigrants did come in and help build some of the greatest cities. Like if you look at the mainly European immigrants like Irish, Italian, etc., who came in and built New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, came in and built all the greatest pieces of transportation that we have throughout this country. But to say that the modern day immigrants are contributing in the same manner, or the overwhelming amount of them are contributing in that same manner, is ridiculous. They came into a country that was already built, that already had its transportation system, that already had its public health system, that already had all of its infrastructure. And what these people are doing now is abusing our public services, being in our public schools, being in our emergency rooms, being on Medicaid, being on SNAP.
So it's, do mass deportations make Americans safer?
I answered your
American
question,
safer.
sweetheart.
No, it doesn't. You're bringing up jobs. You're bringing up the.
If you want to talk about does it make it safer, we can talk about that. Again, I was addressing your question, but if you want to see if it makes safer, again, go ask Laken Riley's parents. Go ask Jocelyn Nungry's parents if illegal immigrants make America safer or if mass deportations would make America safer.
Well, I love that everyone always goes to Laken Riley, and it's like, you do realize that Laken Riley, for every American-born citizens are 2 times more likely to commit a violent crime. As a woman, I am 2 times more likely to be raped by an American-born man than I am an immigrant. For every Laken
No, you're
Riley,
not,
there are
sweetheart.
2 women that were hurt by an American man. Should we deport rapists then? I would be.
Per capita, that's not true, though. Per capita, that's not true. Again, if you think your average American is more likely to rape you than your average Somalian, then no offense, you're an absolute retard.
Or if you have your mindset, you're just a fucking racist, right? I mean, you sat there and said, oh, these immigrants who came here and did help do great things, Irish and Italians, you go straight to the white people. Because that's the thing, too. We're not just deporting immigrants. Like, they're deporting brown immigrants. That's the difference here. This is blanketed in white supremacy. Are you a Christian nationalist? Are you a nationalist? Like, what are, because that's the vibe.
Supremacy. So you keep deterring from the actual topic, and then you're like, let's get back on topic. But yes, I am a Christian nationalist. I am an American nationalist. No, I'm not a white supremacist, but I do think we need a white majority country. And I think it's ridiculous to say that we should that ICE is just deporting people for being brown. No, they're deporting people who broke U.S. Code 81325.
Then when they're picking up people, half the time they don't know their name. They're just ripping people out of their homes, ripping people out of their cars, becoming extremely violent right away. They don't know who they're picking up. I guarantee if you ask that ICE agent, well, what's his name? They're not going to know. They just heard, one guy even said to another, you have an accent. That was just enough for him. What are we talking about? This may be, in your mind, for you, James, because I don't know you, maybe for you, you're like, yeah, I want Americans to be safer. Yeah, I want the border to be secure. Maybe you have the right mindset, but the way they're going about it is what's dangerous, right? Listen, I'm not a person who's like, open borders, everyone come on in. I understand we need a secure border. I understand that we do need regulations and pathways to citizenship 100%. But the reality is, okay, you don't, that's fine. But the reality is America was built by immigrants. If we had not had this mass immigration, this country wouldn't be as far as it is. And you want it to be a whiter country. Do you mean that by you want more white Americans having babies, or you want to let immigrants from white countries come here?
I think the only immigrants we should allow into this country are extremely high IQ capable individuals, but I don't even think we should be bringing in those immigrants currently right now. And it's not even specifically on demographics like race. Like I said, it's mainly about IQ and ability. But in general, that most likely would be the Asian persuasion or the white persuasion of people. Most likely, just looking at the actual statistics.
She started
the reason
laughing.
I don't want
She
more
liked
Asian
it.
immigrants in the country is because China specifically is where we get the immigrants from Asia, is they have a law that makes every Chinese immigrant technically a spy for China if the Chinese government wants them to be. I don't think we should be bringing in any immigrants into this country right now, and definitely not any illegal immigrants. And people like to say, oh, I'm not like this open border person, but you want to create a policy that allows all the people who violated our laws to come in.
I just want to ask you one thing, though. Do you, like, you're not here for immigration right now. Do you think that it has been good for the country, though, in general? Like, do you think that immigration has been good for the country in the past?
In the late 1800s and early 1900s, yes, when we didn't have all our transportation system set up, when we didn't have all our public service system set up, it did benefit the country. How is it benefiting the country right now when we're $38 trillion in debt, affordability crisis, people can't afford rent, homes, wages are too low, and one of the reasons for that is there's too much supply in the job market. There are too many people trying to buy houses and too many people trying to rent houses.
Well,
Didn't manage my time well here.
Shit. I'm sorry. I was sick. You know this. What was I going to say?
Someone in the chat goes, cheers, doesn't understand per capita, doesn't matter who they pick up, dumb bitch. From white countries, yes. Yeah, I generally think we probably should. I don't know. I am generally against immigration, but if we're going to bring them in, they should be the high IQ white ones.
Lost your point there for a second, James. I totally spaced out on you. But let's do, okay, Americans safer, do deportation safer. The reality is, like you just said, like you thought, oh yeah, they did something for us then. So immigration was okay then. It's not okay now for you. But the reality is, immigrants built this country. It's never been a homogenous country. If they wanted it to be, they shouldn't have imported Black people. They shouldn't have come onto land that was already occupied. They shouldn't have colonized. If you want it to be a white nation, stay where you were. And the reality is, though, also, do deportation make Americans safer? We've seen that it hasn't. 24 people died in ICE custody over the last 2 years. That is a 20-year high. So obviously, the way that we're conducting business now is much more dangerous than it was then, because we were talking about this during Biden, Obama, Bush, Clinton. Like, we were talking about this, but that's because we weren't allowing men just to sign up, get 47 days of training, wear a mask, have a gun, and be able to do whatever you want. I mean, the reality is for ICE to
47
operate
days,
right
you dumb
now,
bitch,
they
it's
have
6
to
months.
basically trample over the Constitution.
One, I have multiple people that I'm friends with and close with who have done ICE training and are in ICE, and it's not 47 days. It is 6 months at a minimum. So that's a lie. Second of all, you brushed over every point I said completely. So I'd like you to actually address some of those.
I don't know why I passed it back with 2 seconds.
Okay,
Should
that's
have
fine.
just
Which
went
point
out.
do you want me? Oh, you have 2 seconds. Well, I mean, the point is, do mass deportation make Americans safer? And the reality is, no, it doesn't. Because, like I said, over the long term. Well, I mean, I'm just letting you know. Over the long, I mean, dude, we had 9 people killed last month by ICE agents. How is that making? And they were Americans. How is that making Americans safer? How is it safer to have these goons on the street with guns that are just ripping people out of their car?
They put themselves in that scenario.
I didn't get that. But the reality is, right now,
She missed
we
it.
are just letting. And also, who are the ICE agents? The fact that they want to hide their identity. They are KKK members. They are Proud Boys. Enrique Tarrio is on the payroll as an ICE agent. We've allowed
stupid
bullies to
bitch.
mask up and hit the streets.
They're
That's all that's
KKK.
happening. This does not make Americans safer. You think you're getting rid of criminals off the street, but the reality is the people that they've deported so far, only 28% of those people have a criminal record. Only 14% have a violent criminal record.
1325, you dumb bitch.
That's
Oh
the
my.
reality here. It doesn't make Americans safer. All you're doing is getting rid of abuelitas and your employees and your kids, friend's parent from school. That's what's happening right now. And he's going to juggle and act like the fucking clown that he is right now. It looks good on you. You're doing a great job. But
Had to
do mass
distract her at
deportations
the
make
end.
Americans safer? It doesn't. We're not removing criminals. Only 28% have criminal records. It doesn't.
It was fun. The first one was fun. I start juggling just to fuck with her.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That was a first for Mute Points, first juggling debut. Very good. Right, just give me a couple of seconds. Well, give me 2 minutes, guys, and I will reset everything for you. Cheers.
Can you hear me or no?
She can't hear me. She couldn't hear me at this point. The mics are muted, yeah. That was round 1, 2 more rounds. Let me know what you guys thought. Did I win round 1? Someone goes, I mean, in the past, it was a good thing, referring to the past only. You won easily. She can't even be mad. LOL. Yeah, I think I rolled right over her in that first one. And I think it only gets worse for her as time goes on. I tried writing. My handwriting's so atrocious. I tried writing on a Post-it note to communicate with her. But it was also backwards. I said KKK comment was outrageous. I'm pretty sure. I don't know exactly what I said. I wrote it on a Post-it note and I tried to flash it to her in the in-between. Hope you guys are enjoying the debate so far. Can you hear me now? The thing I wrote KKK comment was outrageous. I thought you could hear me. Still couldn't. We had to refresh.
I thought you could
the
hear me,
page
guys.
to
Guys,
get
I
it
thought you
to,
could hear me.
Be fixed.
Can you guys hear me, yeah?
I could hear you.
But we can't hear each other, no.
I can't hear her, she can't hear me.
Just 1 sec. Would you guys mind just refreshing your page and see if it refreshes the mics?
You hear me?
I could
Yeah, I
hear
can
her.
hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
No,
Okay.
James, can
Let me
you
try
just
refreshing
refresh
mine
your
one more
page?
time.
Good.
How's that?
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
back.
What I wrote the KKK comment was outrageous.
Oh, well, it's not, but okay.
Yeah, the modern day
Enrique
Klansman.
Tarrio is literally on the fucking payroll
KKK
for
was Democrats.
Proud Boys, white supremacists. Like, what are you
White
talking about?
supremacist? I'm not saying none
Yeah.
of them exist in ICE, but they exist in every sector of every field in existence.
Sure, of course they do. But now we've given them badges and permission to go out and shoot people. There's the difference. Let them sit behind their desk pushing papers. I don't want them on the streets with guns patrolling me.
Here's the funny thing. If they all had to wear body cams the same way police were forced to wear them, the same thing would happen that happened with the police. It's like, instead of seeing a bunch of cops shooting unarmed black people, which is what the liberals thought we'd see, we saw a bunch of people attacking cops and cops showing as much resistance as they could before they had to shoot someone.
Okay.
Same thing will happen
Yeah, I
with
don't
ICE.
know what
All you're
videos
going
you're
to see
watching.
is people trying to target them in their vehicles, trying to dox them, trying to harass them, calling them obscene
Have
things
you
and
not
saying
seen the
their
videos of ICE agents just going up to people's cars because they're filming them and then just ripping them out of their car? Like, what are you
You're
talking
only
about?
seeing
dude?
a very small portion of what the grand
As
scheme of
are
what
you,
happened.
apparently. Well, you and I are both in our bubbles. So I'll send you some stuff. You send me some
I'm right
shit.
in the shit. I witnessed it.
I'm right in the shit. What the fuck are you talking about? You're right in the middle
I've
of white
interviewed
supremacy.
these guys. I know
Honestly,
these
I'm
guys.
not
Shut
gonna
her
lie.
mouth to
I'm
them.
getting
I'm so hard.
irritated already because I know that I am debating a white supremacist.
God, a huge
And the
white
fact that I'm
supremacist,
on a
apparently, right?
platform with you is it's gross. I think you're gross. I'm sorry. And I never talk like this to
So
people.
you
during
guys can
debates.
see,
Normally
she goes, "You're gross, you're gross, you're gross." But then by the end, she's literally, you got to pull her off me by the end. She's practically begging for it. Kind of crazy, guy. I just have that power, though, I guess.
I can try to be, you know, hey, you're doing your thing, I'm doing mine.
Am I
but
shocked a
you're
girl with pink hair is calling me a white
super gross.
supremacist? Not really. No.
Am I shocked a guy wearing a fucking cross pin is a white nationalist? No, I'm not surprised.
Okay,
White
guys.
majority and white supremacy are two different things, sweetheart. You'll learn though. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm too British to break this up. I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Is
So
everybody
easy to
ready to
rage
go
bait.
for round 2?
Oh, I was born ready.
The title is, as you will hopefully see on your screen, is violence inevitable with a deportation? And as before, if everybody's okay with it, James is yes, so he'll take the mic first. So yeah, as before, I will finish speaking and then just wait a couple of seconds, James, and you can kick off. Any questions before we go?
I think I'm set.
All right, then I will quit talking now. I'm just going about to mute my mic, so off you go, James.
Well, I think Ceci already conceded on this one in the previous debate. She said that violence will happen, apparently. So if violence is going to happen, I pretty much just win this side of it. I do think there are going to be outrageous liberals. I do think the media is going to stir up drama and cause chaos to happen. I do think they're going to try and push people to revolt. That's what we've seen. We've seen Don Lemon doing it. We've seen it on MSNBC. We've seen it on CNN. We've seen it on all the liberal media outlets. We've seen it with the Krasenstein brothers, the pedophile twin brothers. We've seen it on all these major outlets. So I do think Ceci has kind of already conceded that violence will happen. And violence will happen because these people will go out and try and fight for a Somalian who wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. If Ceci was burning in flames right now, a Somalian immigrant, legal or illegal, wouldn't piss on her to save her life. They would stand by and watch and laugh.
That's so funny because when
Might
you're
have been
describing
harsh.
that scene, I'm actually picturing a bunch of white frat men around watching me get burned alive. That's funny. That's exactly where my mind goes. But actually, I'm not
How
going to lie to you, James.
delusional
Right
they
from
are.
the beginning of this one, before when we were given the prompts, I didn't know which one to take on this because I'm kind of yes and kind of no. Like I might secede this to you right from the start because the reality is,
I
one,
win,
there's different
guys. I
types of
win.
violence, right? Yeah, you slam dunk. There's different types of violence. Like if we're talking about like pushing and shoving, that might be inevitable when you're dragging someone to a court hearing or something, right? Now, Americans being assassinated in the street, I don't think that's inevitable. I mean, under Trump, we've seen that it is, but I don't know if that level of violence is inevitable. So that's why this was hard for me because the word inevitable is what I was like, I mean, pushing and shoving is violent, but it's not the level of shooting an American citizen in the street.
So you don't think people who stand on the side of the street yelling at ICE agents, pushing ICE agents, trying to block in their vehicles, you don't think they should be violently apprehended? You don't think they should be taken down to the ground or arrested?
I think that if I was in my car and a masked man with no badge and a gun tried to pull me out of my car, I would fight you. Yes, I would absolutely fight you because I don't know who you are. And
You would get shot right in the fucking head like Nicole Good did. You heard like Renee Nicole Good. You'd get shot right in the fucking head. If you sat there and you tried to fight a law enforcement agent, yes, you would get shot in the head and Americans would be happy about it.
The reality is, though, we don't know if they're law
That's
enforcement because
crazy.
we've had 5 men around the country be arrested for raping women pretending to be ICE. That's the other thing they've now done, not making Americans safer. And is violence inevitable with mass deportation system? I know that's the thing. But we've given...
You act like they don't have any credentials. Just because they're wearing a mask on their face to protect their identity because there are liberals in a signal chat in Minneapolis who are trying to dox them does not mean that they don't have credentials.
What other credentials are they showing? I could buy their outfit, their costume, because they're cosplaying. I could buy that costume. And if I was a dude, pretend to be an ICE agent. Men have already been arrested for this. They've assaulted women, robbed people. We have made the lanes wide open for people to pretend to be ICE. So that's why they should have some sort of badge, identification, know the law.
They do have badges. Again, you're just missing the bigger picture and bigger point. They do hold badges. They do hold credentials with them. Just because they don't show them immediately to everybody on every single camera doesn't mean that they don't actually have them and don't present them to the people they are arresting.
So if a masked man with that getup came up to you because let's say you were filming, right? And he didn't know that you were on his side and he's getting hostile with you and stuff. Like, I don't understand why you think people are just supposed to bend over. And you said revolt earlier, like revolting is a bad thing. That's how America was started because we revolted against the English.
Yeah, our founders would revolt against us for allowing the amount of immigrants we have into this country. Are you kidding? That's a terrible argument. That's an absolutely retarded argument. We don't need these immigrants in our country. Okay.
Our founding fathers imported fucking immigrants.
They
Our
imported
founding
slaves,
fathers
actually.
imported people.
They imported
what are
slaves.
you talking about? They
imported slaves, actually, which is very different. And the slaves were sold to them by black people in the first place. Who sold the black people? The blacks that caught them in Africa. So again, ridiculous.
But non-Americans or non-white people were the ones who built this country. So you're sitting here saying they'd be rolling over that more people of color are still building the country. What?
I never said people of color. The founding stock of this country is white people, black people, and some Hispanic Mexican. But it is not Somalian. It is not Ugandan. It is not every shithole third world country. It is not the Middle East. It is not half of Africa. It is not the majority of these places. So again, ridiculous argument. Boom, bitch.
Dude. But anyway, okay, is violence inevitable with deportation system? I mean, like I said before, I was already prepared to secede this one because I was like, honestly, that's a tough one for me.
I win the debate, guys. I win the debate.
Under Obama and Clinton and even Bush and other presidents that had done a lot of deportations, we weren't hearing about this level of violence. We weren't hearing about any of this. So that's
exactly, because the media stirs up bullshit, because it's all a facade, it's all fake, fugazi, it's all bullshit, because the media is stirring this up to be a bigger thing than it is.
Or maybe it's not inevitable. Maybe shooting American citizens in the street is not, well, under Trump it's inevitable, but before that it wasn't.
More white people get shot by law enforcement than any other race. If I was a true white supremacist, I would be taking your side, but you want to just pin me as one. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is not, or it is completely inevitable. Okay.
You literally used the exact same phrasing as our racist president, shithole countries. And then when you brought up good immigrants that helped us, you brought up the Irish and the Italian. Dude.
I used the same argument as our president when I say shithole countries. I'm curious, guys, do you think Somalia is a shithole or not? Because I'm pretty sure it is. I forget. How many people go vacation a year in Somalia? How many people are like, let's go take our family trip this year to Somalia? Like, no, you'd get raped and killed.
It's fine. That's your belief.
Yeah, Somalia is a shithole. There's no age of consent. There's rape everywhere. There's child molestation everywhere. Half of it's piracy. The entire country is an absolute shithole. Do you ever go on your family vacation to Somalia, sweetheart?
You know where else all that happens? Here in America. Our president is a pedophile. The Epstein files are real. There's a whole group of white billionaires that were taking part in abusing children.
That's all. I'm going to pause real quick. That's also part of it. The whole time, like, and I explained it to her that I wasn't MAGA, but the whole time she thought I was MAGA. So she kept being like, oh, you and Trump and this and that. And it's like, okay, bitch, like, I agree with you on this. Like, I agree with you on the Epstein stuff for the most part. Like, if you're trying to pin it like I don't. Someone goes, I go for the exquisite banana and rice. 100% yes. Yeah, it's a shithole. I'm with you on the Epstein files, but don't say white billionaires, Jewish billionaires, and Jewish people are not white. Very big difference. Massive difference. You want to try and frame it that Les Wexner, Jeffrey Epstein are white now?
Dude, all I'm saying is you want to sit here and be like, oh, Somalia, that's where child rape happens. It happens here too. Stop using one country or one color of people to say like...
It's different because it's legal there. They don't have an age of consent. They do not have an age of consent. You can fuck a 10-year-old in Somalia and go eat lunch an hour later with your cop friend and it's okay. You can't do that in America, you fuck.
So maybe those Somalians that moved here hate the fact that that's what happens in their country and do not want to be a part of that, and they stand more where we do. That could be a possibility.
So what about the instance very recently where a 12-year-old girl in Minnesota was raped by a Somalian, and the local Islamic community center wrote a letter of support to the court saying that he had not adjusted from his Somalian culture, so he didn't understand it was wrong. These people should not be in our fucking country. It's so easy.
Now, I can agree with that. I don't think that man should be in this country. I don't think rapists should be here. I agree with that point. But you want to paint all of them based on one person.
I don't think any of them should be here unless they can speak English, assimilate, unless they act like real Americans. And anybody with that mindset, anybody who comes from that atmosphere, has little to no chance of ever acting like a real American.
What does a real American act like? Out of curiosity, because real Americans, over documented and undocumented, 10 times more likely.
Probably the only good question she asked.
It's 2 times more likely for violent crime, 2 times more likely for property crime, 4 times more likely for drug offenses. What's the American way?
The American way is being a true American, being part of the founding stock of this country. Your grandparents or great-grandparents fought in the wars of this country. They helped build this country. You pay taxes to this country. You work in this country. You're a God-fearing person in this country. You try and abide by the majority of laws and hold yourself to being an upstanding citizen.
Huge amount of immigrants
Cut me off immediately,
are religious
too.
and do pay taxes. I mean, most of Latin America are all Catholic or Christian. So it sounds like they do fit in here.
No, not necessarily. Again, it's not necessarily just about being religious. It's not necessarily just about being Catholic, although I would like more Catholic immigrants if we are going to bring immigrants. It is about actually having American values, having ties to the land that you live in, signed up for the draft, being an actual part of the system and the country itself, trying to improve the country. The people who come here do not have the best interests of America in mind. Only 27% of immigrants, legal and illegal, want to uphold the Constitution and uphold the laws of this country. So again, the more of them we bring in, the more we
I guess
someone goes, holy wow, or holy brain dead, holy W, total America Unfiltered victory. Yeah, we groiped the shit out of this chick. We groiped the fuck out of her. I think we accomplished. Guys, you'll see. By the end of the debate, you literally have to peel this woman off of me. I mean, she literally, after the first debate, was like, oh, I don't like you. And I don't say that to a lot of people. And then by the end, she's like, you know what? You might be my future husband. And I was like, whoa. She took it a little far, but guys, you'll see. We keep groiping her the whole debate. It doesn't stop.
that you could include Donald Trump in that category, right? Because he doesn't abide by the Constitution at all. In fact, he's allowing ICE to trample all over it. You want to sit here and talk about the American way?
Tell me you don't understand the government without actually telling me. Plenary power, the unitary executive. The president can take a shit on your lawn, fuck whoever he wants, and he'll be fine by lunchtime. Again, it does not matter. You don't understand plenary power, the unitary executive, obviously.
Yeah, Trump can fuck kids too, right? And it's totally fine. James, listen, I understand that you don't like immigrants. You don't like brown people. That's fine. I understand that. You're a racist.
I have no problem with brown people as long as they're real Americans and have ties to this country and assimilate well. And also, I'm not a Donald Trump guy. I think it's possible but not likely that Donald Trump fucked a kid. But I do think Donald Trump was very guilty in a lot of Epstein conspiracies. But again, you want to assume everything I believe.
You're only assuming based on what it is you're saying. I mean, you were literally directly quoting him a minute ago. So that's why I'm just figuring, oh, this has got to be a Trump guy. Now, as far as...
I didn't quote him. I said he had plenary power in the unitary executive theory, which is something that every president has, which means they can set the law. That means that the president can do anything they want, and it's not illegal because it's the president. And while I don't agree with that, that is a thing that exists in this country that every president has used. Trump has used it. Biden's used it. Obama's used it. Bush has used it. Clinton's used it. Every fucking president uses plenary power in the unitary executive theory to their advantage. Someone goes, she's down to F, colonizer from the movement. She wants that America unprotected. Dude, you'll trust me. If you watch till the end of this debate, you'll see. Literally at the end, she's throwing herself at me.
And in Trump's case, it's to build his wealth by $7 billion and fuck kids. I mean, anyway, is violence inevitable with the deportation system? I mean, I'm willing to secede this debate because, I mean, Trump has proven under him it's inevitable that it's going to happen. It's inevitable that you're going to get ripped out of your car. You're going to have your husband or kid take it from you. Oh, not to mention that when you're in the ICE facilities, you could be raped by an ICE agent because there was an ICE agent. What's his name? Alexander Back, who was raping a woman in exchange for visitations to her daughter. Then another one was arrested. And he said, I'm ICE, boys. Like he was going to get a pass. And he was involved.
That sounded like prostitution more than rape. I don't know the fine details of the case, but you saying that she was giving something in exchange? You saying that she was giving something in exchange? Sounds like prostitution, not rape. And again, I'm against rape, but that's ridiculous.
Next, you're going to sit there and say, what was she wearing, right?
What was she wearing? Guys, we never got the answer to that, too. What was she wearing? Was she asking for it? These are the answers that America needs right now. And it's also crazy because it's like, she's like, this woman was giving this for this. And one of the things is sex. And it's like, okay, I don't see that as rape. Like, immoral? Yes. Prostitution? Yes. Rape? Not really. She's willingly being a participant. So the entire argument was retarded. And she conceded on the debate as well. Easily won the second portion of the 3-portion debate. Someone goes, there's a thin line between love and hate. That was a great Nick clip. Someone goes, Donald Trump was a puppet of the Jews. That's why he was in Epstein circles. He was never independent. He invested heavily in the Jewish money system, as are all billionaires, or almost all of them. Yeah, Trump has been a puppet for the Jews.
You are disgusting, bro. But here's a list of ICE agents that have all been arrested
Did I
for
say that?
crimes.
You are
Okay,
disgusting.
these, you want to get rid of the worst of the worst? Here they are. Everything next to it, an asterisk, means it was a sexual crime. And the ones with exclamation points means they were pretending to be an agent. That's how dangerous this is, that now you can just pretend to be. And so, you know what? I'm going to secede this. Is violence inevitable? Deportation system. You know what? It is inevitable because we're also going to allow people to act however they
Guys, we won the debate. We won the debate, guys. Let's go. Let's fucking go, people. We just dunked on her. We won this debate. That easy. It was that easy. Again, violence is inevitable because the media is going to stir up shit because the violent leftists are going to throw themselves in front of these ICE agents, throw themselves in front of cars, throw themselves in front of guns.
Or it's inevitable because ICE agents are basically acting like animals. Don't make any large movements or they're going to shoot you. They have no training. They are led with hate.
Stupid. That's how any law enforcement are. Like, again, when you're getting apprehended by the police, if you do one day, if they say don't make any movements, go make a movement. See if that law enforcement agent treats it the same. I promise, they'll shoot you.
And you know what? I'm glad you're winning this one. Is violence inevitable? I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing, but I don't know if it's a good thing to win, but okay, I'm glad you are. But the reality is that this level of violence is something we haven't seen before in our deportation system, or at least we haven't had discussed or really addressed or been in the media uncovered because we didn't have men going into homes and ripping people out of cars in the middle of the street. They have ripped some American citizen out of her car who was...
Every time an American citizen commits a crime and is driving, they get ripped out of their car. And I look at it as no different. I actually look at it as a little bit different because those people are illegally in the country. I am more glad they're getting ripped out of their cars.
These are American citizens I am talking about. I'm not talking about immigrants being hurt with the violence. I'm talking about American citizens. These are the people that are also being ripped out of their cars, being detained, beaten, raped, Okay, let's be real here. This is
Why was Renee Nicole Good? Why were they attempting to rip her out of the car? Because she was sitting in the middle of the street blocking ICE agents. She was following the ICE agents that morning, and she was honking her horn, impeding on an
you
investigation.
clearly weren't watching the video. She stops her car. A car rushes in front of her. She stops and says, "Go around." Then they get out of their car and violently approach her. She literally said, "Go around." Why didn't they just go around? Why did one say, "Get out of the car," while the other one said, "Don't move"? Like,
I forgot. If I just sat my car in the middle of the street, in the middle of the road, sideways, that a cop would just go around me. He wouldn't attempt to remove me from my vehicle. I completely forgot about that. You're right. You're so right.
okay, so then if I block traffic,
Stupid
I
bitch.
deserve.
Someone goes, am I crazy or is she getting hotter the longer this goes on? I feel like I'm learning something about myself today. Yeah, I think we all have that in us where we're like, okay, could I be with a liberal? Then you slowly realize you couldn't, just because a lot of them are sluts, they're feminism, you know, too many issues. But I get what you're saying.
A bullet in the head. Now, that's where our laws are at. You block traffic, you get a bullet in the head. This is the
Yeah, if you try and take your car and drive it in the direction that an ICE agent's in, even if that's not your intention, I don't believe she intentionally tried to do it, but she did it because her wife screamed, drive, 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 and she instinctively drove right into the ICE agent. He got internal bleeding from it. So yes, I do think if you drove your car at an ICE agent, you should get shot right in the fucking
I'm going
head.
to secede this for sure because thinking about it is violence. Yeah, in our ICE detainment facilities or whatever, I mean, there were 16 men involved in a sex crime ring. So I guess it is on the ICE side. Yeah, it is inevitable because they are going to be violent.
Yeah, you're always going to be able to pick out bad apples in any single group that exists anywhere. But saying that that is what the majority of ICE agents are like is absolutely retarded. And you thinking that more training would weed out bad apples, it wouldn't. That's been proven.
Well, then you thinking that the majority of immigrants are criminals is also just as ridiculous then. Like you said, there's bad apples in every group, but there's also really good ones in every group.
They all violated U.S. Code 81325. By definition, they are literally all criminals. Every single one of them is a criminal. Yeah, they violated U.S. Code 81325, unlawful entry into the United States by any means, including overstaying your visa, fake refugee claims, which you said before, which they can't prove because they don't actually exist. So again, completely ridiculous.
So then why is it that we're not seeing this flux of immigrants from white countries being ripped out of their homes and taken? Why aren't we seeing that? Why is it all brown people?
Because what I really should have said here is that white people have good countries, so they don't need to immigrate out of them. White people actually run nice countries. White people make sure their countries don't get overrun by crime and criminals and the people who commit those crimes, which are usually the minorities. I kind of said it, but I partially blanked on that in this moment. The majority of immigrants who come into the country come from South America, come through the border, come through overstaying their visa. We're not taking in a lot of immigrants from white countries. We're taking in a very minimal amount, actually. We are taking in immigrants from places in Africa. We are taking in immigrants from places in the Middle East. We are not taking in, and South America. We're not taking in immigrants from the nice parts of Europe.
My other question is, why do you think then that all the I guess main places that they've been hitting harder than others are all in blue states?
Such a stupid you guys want question. To openly declare your cities as sanctuary cities and give more benefits to illegal immigrants in those cities and states than red states are. So illegal immigrants will naturally go to the states where they can get the most free shit. Why would they pay rent? Why would they pay bills for medical services? Why would they pay for SNAP or pay for what they get with SNAP and Medicaid, pay what they get when they can just get an Obama phone if somewhere like LA or somewhere like New York City or Minneapolis is looking to just give it to them for free? That's why. If you openly declare, hey, my city is a sanctuary city for illegal immigrants, they're going to fucking show up. It's 1 + 1 is 2.
First of all, immigrants, they pay taxes. They pay about $80 billion in taxes, and they don't see any of the benefits of that. And I know a lot of people think, oh, they get health care. No, they fucking don't.
When I was on Jubilee, I got fact-checked on that one because I said that they're a net debt on society, and I got fact-checked and proven right. They are a net debt on society. You're right, they do pay a lot in taxes, but at the same time, they take up more money in public services than they actually contribute to the system. And when you look at the fact that they are actively lowering the value of the dollar,
and
taking jobs,
California
and taking
pays
spots
$70
in
billion
colleges.
in taxes more than it takes, while Texas takes $70 billion more than it pays. So should I be upset with Texas and the Americans there for being a strain on me?
You have every right to be upset with how the government manages their money. Yes, you do. But it's also a population difference as well. California is one of the biggest economies in the entire world, let alone the country. So it's a huge difference.
Then maybe
she doesn't understand
I feel like
anything.
You still want to blame immigrants, and really it's the system, right? That's fucked. And the reality is, like,
you're right. I could just say we should blame the system that allowed them all to come into this country in the first place, which was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I do blame that system. I don't think we should allow all these illegal immigrants into the country. They allowed about 12 to 20 million under them. We have about 50 to 70 million total in the country, and they all need to be removed immediately.
Is violence inevitable to deportation?
I already won that. I won.
It is, I guess.
I won.
Under Trump, it
I won.
definitely is. And
I
I don't
won.
mind seceding this point. Like, that's fine with me. Trump is a tyrant. He's put masked men on the street with guns that are Proud Boys. They are KKK members. There was a journalist who got her job in 6 minutes. They falsified the drug test, never did a background check, gave her the badge. This is just open. Like, anyone can cosplay now. Anyone can cosplay.
You're basically making the argument that only corrupt things happened under Donald Trump. Okay. Like, literally, how fast did Monica Lewinsky get her job? Like, shut the fuck up. That's such a stupid fucking argument. It's so ridiculous. Oh, Trump gave this hot journalist a job. Who gives a shit? Presidents do dumb shit. Like, so stupid.
Presidents do dumb shit, like pedophilic rape.
Those are only arguments.
Well,
she keeps saying I'm for that.
To end on. Right, you hear me, guys, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, just give me 1 second.
Like
and we'll
pedophilic
start
rape.
The last one.
Oh, guys, this woman's dumber than we thought. Someone goes, you've crushed her whole worldview. Isn't this? Thank you.
Okay, so this last one is, should ICE be abolished?
Who do you think's winning so far? Someone goes WCC on the rape mic drop. Yeah, but the entire reason she said that was because she thinks I'm pro-Trump, so she thinks I'm pro whatever Trump's doing. And it's like she just doesn't realize that I don't like Trump. Not for the same reasons as she, but yeah. She just kept missing that point, and I kept saying it to her, and she kept missing it still. But the last debate's honestly my favorite, and when you guys watch the end of the last debate, again, it's crazy. Crazy to see. I don't know if you could hear me.
Should ICE be abolished? No, yes. The clocks are not right, sorry. ICE be abolished. Oh, I've forgotten my question.
It was
mark.
a fun
I hope
debate,
I had it
though.
in the other ones.
I'm going to turn down the volume on that while it's just the moderator talking in between. Oh, it's starting now, actually. I'm that bad. Should have done that a minute ago.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so before you start arguing, let's kick right off again. So, Ceci, you're yes, so you'll go first this time, if that's okay.
Someone in the chat goes, Trump is a rapist, convict, pedo protector. Okay, so is he protecting pedophiles? Yes, I agree. It's terrible. Is Trump a rapist? Probably not. No. There's actually little to no evidence to actually support that besides a civil court case. And in the criminal court case, he was exonerated. But in the civil court case, which is extremely easy to win, civil court, you don't really need a large burden of proof. Yes, he was found liable, but that doesn't actually mean shit. So, yeah, no, I'm not for Trump. I do think he is protecting pedophiles, but at the same time, he's not a rapist. That's a retarded comment from that. That's just being a retard. You got to be objective about this stuff. Like, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, I'm just about the truth. That person in the chat's obviously stupid. Someone goes, this proves she doesn't know about Groypers yet, so there's still hope. She does know about Groypers, apparently. She does videos about Nick. Like the liberal hate video. She does videos about Nick, but she doesn't see it. She doesn't see that I'm a Groyper. I think she realized after the debate, maybe. Someone goes, you can also like Trump while criticizing him. Epstein is not a pedo. Okay. I here's where I'll agree and disagree. I think they should probably change the definition of a pedophile, make two different categories, pre-pubescent and post-pubescent. And I actually made that point in this third debate here. Probably create a separate category because I necessarily don't think it's good still. I don't think people should be sleeping with minors. Maybe they should alter the age of consent one way or the other, going up or down. But I don't know. There's too many. I was talking about Brittany on Friday with that on the show. There's too many bad, like, I don't think someone who's 16 should be dating someone who's 50. You know, I find that to be disgusting and immoral. So there needs to be some guidelines. So that's where I kind of disagree. But I do agree there should be
different classifications for sure. For pre versus post pubescent. I think prepubescent's obviously way worse. Well, it's still not good the other way. And yeah, I just don't like Trump in general. I like a couple things he does, but really, I don't like him. Someone goes, that does exist. I just forget the word. Yeah, I think they call it minor attracted people, but that's what they're calling pedophile. That's what they're calling like people who rape kids as well. So it's probably not the correct term. Maybe there's another term that I'm not privy to, but I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. Let's just go on with the debate.
And then, yeah, this is the last one, and then I'll speak to you guys at the end. So, are there any questions before we get this last one rolling?
Best of luck to you.
And I will.
See, she hates me, but she likes me a little bit. You can see it with her
Because I
smile.
don't hate.
Someone goes, I agree, till 50 that is. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. All right, let's I'm gonna scroll back 10 seconds.
And I will.
See, she hates me, but she likes me a little bit. You can see it with her
Because I
smile.
don't hate you. I just
She
I
hates
don't
me,
hate
guys,
you.
but
actually.
she
I
likes
don't
me.
know you enough to hate you. I just think you're, a racist.
One thing I've said that's racist, I'd love to hear it.
Dude, you've quoted Trump, shithole countries. Then you bring up immigrants that are good, and you only talk about white ones. Like it's all coded. It's weird.
There are some good immigrants who come from other places that aren't white.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But you want to get rid of everybody. So I don't know what to say.
I want the
Or you
country
don't
to
want,
remain
and
the
also
country.
you don't. It's not that you just don't want to get rid of everybody. You don't want anyone else to be able to come here. You said I don't want any immigration.
At least
period.
temporarily,
So,
yeah. We have way too many immigrants in this country. We have not enough jobs, especially with the looming threat of AI. Not enough housing as well.
so you should be upset with billionaires, dude, not
I am.
immigrants.
Trust
okay?
me, I am.
Good. I'm glad. Good. We can
Again,
agree
if
on
you think
that.
I'm a Republican, you're mistaken, sweetheart.
We can agree on that then.
But Democrats suck more than Republicans, and I'm not a Republican. Republicans
No,
suck.
I don't think they
Democrats
suck
suck
more. I
even
think
more.
they suck equally, just in different ways.
Leftists
Okay,
are
we-
awful too.
We need to do a 2-hour session for the next one.
Dude, I'm down. Me and Ceci, we could have a good debate. Ceci, I'm sorry.
Genetically spelled.
My bad. I apologize. See,
Right.
guys, she loves me. She secretly is schmitting over me.
Right, guys, you ready?
Yeah.
The
Ready
James
to roll?
Ceci collab one day is gonna be crazy.
I would tune in for that for sure. So I'm gonna mute my mic, Ceci, and then just give it a couple of seconds, and then you can
And then I can take the mic, right? I just hit
take the mic.
Oh, you
yeah.
take it. Really quick before we start, someone in the chat goes, they couldn't prove whether Trump raped her with his penis or an object. You're retarded. They couldn't prove Trump raped her actually at all. If they could have proved it, he would have been held liable in criminal court, not civil court. Again, you're a retard. You're a class A fucking retard. Whoever wrote that chat.
Okay, so I will mute now, and I'll speak to you guys at the end. Muting now, thank you.
Thank you.
So should ICE be abolished? As it stands, I think, yes, it does need to be abolished as it's operating now, because the way that they operate tramples over the Constitution, and they have, defiled a lot of the amendments in it. And so
Someone goes, she's blushing. I told you, just wait till the end of this debate. Dude, she goes crazy. She goes crazy for it at that point.
feel like the two can't coexist. The way ICE is managing and operating right now can't coexist with the way our Constitution operates. And so I feel like right now you have to be kind of wondering, do I want to, I guess, get rid of or possibly lose my freedoms to flex my racism and allow the government to carry out an ethnic cleansing? Or do I want to be an American that upholds the constitutions? And those rights are for the persons on this land. So I just feel like it should be abolished because it goes clearly against the Constitution, and the two can't coexist at the same time right now.
How are they going against? I'm going to pass it back really quick and then I'll address it further. I want to know, how are they violating the Constitution? What specifically are they violating? I want to hear your answer and then I'll give you my long response.
Well, the reality is, I mean, they're attacking people for their First Amendment right. Okay. They're also the Fourth and the Fifth. I mean, they literally are going into people's homes. You can't walk in without a judicial warrant signed by a judge. Right there, you're going against the.
Did you say that about the January 6ers in the past? I'm curious. Did you say that about all the ones who didn't get their due process for January 6th or Charlottesville? Because I doubt you did, but you'll do it for immigrants.
January 6th, listen, if someone was there on January 6th and was violent, they should be held to the lengths of the law the same way if, like, an immigrant.
I appreciate you saying that because I think everybody has the right to protest, and they have the right to protest ICE, and they have the right to stand on the sidewalk and scream what they want. But when they act violently, ICE should apprehend them. ICE should throw them to the ground, should tear gas them.
But the reality is, protesters are not acting out violently first. That's really not what we're seeing much of here. I was in Minneapolis for 2 weeks.
I cooked her so hard in this one, just giving you guys a preview to what we're going to see. But yeah, cook the fuck out of her throughout the rest of this one. Someone goes, you're a tard. No, you're a stupid bitch. Fuck off. And someone goes, oh shit, it's the debate. Yeah, the debate's here. Welcome. Rewind if you want to see it or watch the whole thing on Spotify later. But we're on the last of the 3 segments of the debate. Oh shit, it's a replay. Yeah, I did the debate today, and I'm just watching it with you guys. And we're going to talk about it a little after. Make that same argument that the January 6ers weren't acting violent first, the same way you're trying to make the argument that they are not acting violent first. I've seen multiple... Okay, so let me ask you this. The video of Alex Preddy kicking the back of the car, how is someone acting violently towards him? The car's driving away, he's standing there screaming, shoot me in the head, motherfucker, and then kicks the taillight.
That, like I said, that video is so bizarre to me. And like we talked about AI a second ago, I'm not saying
So
it's a fake
bizarre
video,
to me.
but the idea that an ICE agent would allow him then to kick his car to be violent. And
That's exactly why I think if they wore body cams, it would go better for them, because you would see that 1,000 times over with 1,000 different people. You would see every single day these ICE officers being violently run into. You would see protesters throwing shit at them. You would see protesters trying to dox them. You would see protesters doing everything they could to make these people's
why
lives
don't they
live in
have
hell.
body cams? Because I would be fine with that. In fact, I think it would be better for everyone, not just them, but us too, for them to have body cams. Why don't they?
Because it costs the taxpayers money, but they are starting to roll them out, which I support. I do think we should have it. I don't think that the taxpayer excuse was a good excuse. I do think that they should have them because, like I said, it would prove my
call
point.
that one out because that is a terrible fucking excuse when they just added
That's their
75
excuse, not
billion
my
to the
excuse.
ICE
Stupid bitch.
budget. And on top of it, Trump is currently suing the IRS for $10 billion of U.S. taxpaying dollars. So yeah,
Well, he's suing the IRS because someone in the IRS leaked his tax thing without his approval. And if it was you or me or any other American, we would have the right to sue the IRS as well. So I actually don't necessarily disagree with that, even though I dislike Trump. And again, that's not my reasoning. That's the reason that they gave out, that it cost taxpayers money. So again, I'm not saying that that's what I want, but that's what they wanted. They didn't want to do it. Now they're doing it. They're rolling them out in Minneapolis, and now they're rolling them out through the rest of the country. And what it will do is vindicate me.
now that we're on the topic of money, I feel like
Someone goes, you would see ICE faking attacks and lying in court. You're just such a stupid bitch. You're so indoctrinated in this woke bullshit. When cops were forced to wear body cams, they were literally like, oh, it's just going to be cops killing unarmed black people all the time. And then what did you see? You saw black people running at cops with guns, with knives, resisting arrest, running away, etc. All it's going to do is continuously vindicate these officers and people. And for this guy in the chat to just be this gay little bitch, like, you sound like such a fucking woke retard. You have no clue what the fuck you're talking about, and you just hate ICE so much because the media has told you to, because you want to put yourself on a pedestal, feel better than other people. Like, oh, I actually care about these people. I have compassion. No, you're just a gay little bitch. You're just a pussy. You're a sad excuse for a man. That's what you are, actually. You know what you should do? You should go make your wife's boyfriend some dinner, you fucking loser. Like...
adding $75 billion to the ICE funds or whatever, but then taking $186 billion from SNAP in the same breath is completely ridiculous. This is why
we have too many people abusing SNAP, too many people abusing social. The screen froze. Screen froze. Give me a second. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this, guys. We are going to fix this together. One moment. One moment. One moment. See, that's the shitty thing about OBS. Sometimes this just happens. Sometimes OBS is fucking retarded. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
in the same breath is completely ridiculous. This is why
We have too many people. Whoa, why is it still frozen? What the fuck? The fuck's going on? Maybe it was just a glitch. Let me see if I fast forward, like, okay, it looks like it starts moving. I guess maybe the video just froze. Both our cameras froze for a little bit during the recording. Okay, it'll be frozen for like 10 seconds on the video, but the audio will work. Who just walked into the country and want to claim to be Americans, they need to be made available to Americans, and they need to set the system up in a way that allows that.
they won't be available to Americans, though, if we keep giving all our money to ICE. This is another reason I should be abolished. Just simply fucking money, dude. There's so many other issues in this country occurring that actually affect all Americans.
Yeah, but if you actually read that, what you're referencing now is the One Big Beautiful Bill, and you could take the mic if you want, but I urge you not to hear me out on this. But what you're referencing is the One Big Beautiful Bill. And in the One Big Beautiful Bill, they gave $150 billion to ICE, which I could agree is a lot. It makes it about like the 8th largest funded military in the entire world. But what it also does, or what it did, is they didn't get that money till very recently. It's not like when they gave that money when the One Big Beautiful was passed, they immediately got those funds. They get those funds in sets, and they got a set of funding, and they're using part of that to get the body cam rollout going on. And then to address the other part, if you actually read the provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill, what it did is it closed a lot of loopholes in the Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP systems, and things along those lines. If people are abusing those services who shouldn't actually be on those services, like if somebody is on
SNAP for 20 years and they have 8 kids, but they also barely work and they're just getting alimony. To be honest, that person should not be on SNAP and should actually have to work for something. We should create systems where these people only get these benefits for a short period of time and they're actively being monitored during those times so that we know that they're not abusing these systems. They have to check in like somewhat of a parole officer or some sorts, but with slightly less restrictions than parole because it's not a legal crime.
I can agree with that. People abuse the system. We know this. I don't think it's as high as everybody wants to make it out to seem like it is. I think that ICE being abolished right now would be better for Americans in general. One, it would make our streets safer. They are not making our streets any safer. They're not, okay? Why? If they want to patrol streets, patrol your own. Why are you coming 5 states up to Minnesota to terrorize people you don't know? And then...
So in the last couple weeks alone, just in the last 2 weeks alone, and if I really wanted to, I could expand on to go to the whole last year and change. In the last 2 weeks alone, they have deported over 6 people who have been engaged in child sex crimes, over 12 people who have been engaged in rape, over 15 people engaged in assault-style crimes.
Dude, if you fucking bring up child rape or sex crimes again in this argument, it makes no sense. Our fucking president is a goddamn pedophilic rapist who's covering for others. Our entire government is ran by people that are abusing people. And this is your argument against immigrants?
Every government everywhere is ran off of abusing people. First of all, that's the entire premise of a government. Second of all, again, while I don't like Trump, and I do think Trump's, how he's handled the Epstein thing has been absolutely abysmal, completely condemnable, and we should scrutinize it. At the same time, I don't think there's enough evidence to show that Trump actually engaged in sexual conduct with a minor, or at least a child. Maybe a minor, but not a child. There's got to be a difference between an 8-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Are we doing that? Are you doing that? A minor, not a child? What's a minor to you? Oh, she was 15, so it's okay. What is that? What is that? That's a child still.
No, it's not okay, but there's a difference between raping a 8-year-old prepubescent child and a 15 to 17-year-old post-pubescent child. Very different, should be looked at in different ways, but still completely illegal and not okay. I don't think it's okay to have sex with somebody who is underage like that, but if you're going to say it's the exact same as raping an 8-year-old, that's very different. Extremely different, actually.
Don't ever say that in an argument again. That does not
It's a good argument.
Anyway, but the other reason I think ICE should be abolished though also is because there are other issues facing Americans every day that we could be funding instead. Like you said, right? Like social services need to be monitored more, need to make sure they're getting into the right hands of American citizens. I understand all that.
So you just admitted they need to be in the hands of American citizens. So to do that, we need an immigration service to deport these people. And ICE doesn't only do deportations. ICE does so much more than that. ICE is also Customs and Border Patrol. ICE does a lot of things throughout the country. ICE assists with TSA. ICE does so many things for the country. If you abolished ICE, not only would terrorism go up, but you would also have violent crime go up. You would have people breaking into this country endlessly. If you abolished ICE, we wouldn't be able to have a southern border. And you even said, whether it was the last debate or this one, you said that we should not allow people to just pour through the southern border like it happened in the past. So you're pretty much conceding to my argument in that manner by saying that we can have these things, but then at the other, when we're arguing it the opposite way, you're like, oh no, we can have these things. It doesn't make sense.
Well,
someone in the chat goes, weak and incompetent, and dressing in a suit doesn't change the fact that the way you talk proves you are not educated. But you used the wrong variation of "you're" there. So who's the uneducated one, you fucking retard? Like, fuck off. If you're gonna insult my intelligence, spell it right, you fucking idiot. You used the wrong variation of "you're" there, you fucking moron. Oh, you're literally a waste. You're so fucking stupid. You're not gonna make it, honestly. That's the sad reality that you have to come to grips with as a man, is that you are not gonna make it. That you are going to live a sad, pathetic, uneducated life. Someone goes, white nationalists are whining, jackass loser. You're the only one whining right now, actually. And then people are spamming W's. Someone goes, so true. Someone goes, I'm not pro-mandatory work, at least not under fixed time frames. Everybody should be allowed to decide when he wants to work and how. We're talking about people on welfare. People on welfare should be forced to work. I agree with her. Rape is rape. Did I say it wasn't? I don't think I specifically said it wasn't. Someone says, doesn't matter 8 or 15 years old. Weren't you the guy just like 5 minutes ago saying the exact opposite in the fucking chat? Yeah, it's still rape, you fucking idiot. Like, we're not... One thing, a lot of the 15-year-olds on the island, a lot of the 17-year-olds, a lot of the 20-some-year-olds, while it is statutory, it was prostitution mainly. And that's something people have to realize. It was prostitution. Sure, there was some rape that happened, which is terrible, and we can acknowledge that. But the majority of sex that was being had was prostitution. They were paying these girls for happy ending massages and for sex for the most part. So it wasn't all rape.
That's an important clarification. And again, like, people hear that and be like, oh, he's defending Epstein, he's pro-Epstein. It's like, no. We could still be against Jewish billionaires raping kids and paying kids for sex, but we can also acknowledge the truth. There's no reason to, like, take the Republican talking points or take the Democratic talking points. How about we just talk about the fucking truth and what actually happened? And what happened was, it was a large-scale prostitution and blackmail ring that also did involve child rape. And that's what it was. And people want to look at it as like, it was only rape, or it was not rape at all. And it's like, no. It was both. It was both rape and child abuse, and it was prostitution. That's the raw reality of what did happen. Someone goes, you call people an idiot while talking like a bitch. Dude, you're the guy typing. I'm the guy with my face on my fucking show, pussy. Like, shut the fuck up. You're a nobody. You are a retard. You are literally a nobody. Yeah, see, someone just goes, keep defending pedos, big guy. See how far that takes you. See, you're a retard. You just don't understand. I'm not defending pedophilia. I'm very against it. I'm actually one of the most against it people. Like Donald Trump. Very against it. But no, I'm very against it. I just think we need to be clear and truthful about what actually happened. Yeah, pedophilia did happen. Rape did happen. But a lot of it was prostitution as well. And that's the point that's going over this retard's head in the chat, and the point that went over this lady's head immediately. Let's go back into it, though.
The reality is, though, it's like, I understand, like I said, a secured border so that we're vetting people who come in. See, I'm not against immigration, but a controlled immigration so we know we don't have criminals coming across the border. A lot of people would agree with that. That's not, I don't think, a super political issue, because the reality is we don't want criminals here, right? But the reality is we do have criminals here, because we have American-born criminals all the time that commit crimes at higher rates than immigrants do. So my thing with abolishing ICE is more of the ICE agents that are out on the street with guns shooting American citizens. This is not necessary. This is not necessary. We know.
So because of a couple bad apples, you want to punish the whole class? That's ridiculous. If I'm sitting in a classroom and I scream, fuck this bitch to my teacher, does she have the right to punish the whole class? Probably not. It would be ridiculous. She could punish me. And that's what you're arguing.
So just like villainizing an entire group of immigrants based on a few bad apples, is that what you're talking about? Because that's what you also do.
Where have I villainized the entire... This guy in the chat, in the Kick chat, thinks I'm talking... I was talking to a guy in the YouTube chat. It's just you can't see it on Kick. The guy who thinks, he's like, no, you misunderstood, dumbass. I agree with you mainly. Yeah, I'm talking to the other guy. Group of immigrants. I said they all violated U.S. Code 81325. Not every ICE agent has violated a law. It's a completely ridiculous comparison. One group violated federal laws. Every single one of the illegal immigrants in this country violated U.S. Code 81325. Not every single ICE agent has shot someone, raped somebody, assaulted somebody, and it's absolutely ridiculous to say that the extremely minuscule amount of bad apples in the bunch, which I don't even think there are a lot of. I think a lot of the things you're saying are overblown, like the person who shot Alex Preddy, Renee Nicole Good, I think that was completely justified in both cases, actually. So I think what you're saying is just ridiculous. And I see the shock on your face. I'll explain. The reason it was justified is, one, he was carrying a gun, it misfired. In the heat of the moment, you have to look at the tactical reality.
He did not pull his weapon once. Who misfired that gun? The ICE agent?
She's so dumb.
Never had
Didn't understand what misfiring
Who
misfired means. The gun? Who misfired the gun's a hilarious question, because it's not a person who misfires. A gun just misfires. He was holding his phone in his hand. The ICE agent did take the firearm out. The firearm then did misfire.
Okay. Then after it misfires, why do they lay 5 more fucking bullets into him while he's just laid there?
Doesn't understand
they literally
anything.
massacred.
Because you're supposed to fire until the threat is down or completely out. That's the training that all law enforcement officers go through, including police officers and every law enforcement. And again, let me actually explain my point here. With Alex Preddy, the gun misfired. You could probably blame Sig more than you could blame Alex or the ICE agents. I actually blame Alex a little bit because he, on multiple occasions, was putting himself in the middle of ICE agents trying to violently go at them. And it led to this. If Alex Preddy wasn't violently going at ICE agents, he would still be alive today. If Renee Nicole Good was acting like a mother and a wife, instead of sitting in the middle of the street trying to protect Somalians who wouldn't piss on her, she would still have her life. But again, all these people chose to try and live on this pedestal that they put themselves on, that they're better than other people, that because they think they're doing what's right, that they can just get away with it. No, that's not how the world works.
Do you think that ICE agents are violent? Do you think that they've shown that they are capable of a serious level of violence towards Americans? Because you keep acting like, oh, it's the left that's always like starting this shit. But reality is they came 5 states up to someone else's neighborhood to terrorize them. If a bully...
They go throughout the whole country. They're in my state, they're in your state, they're in everybody's state throughout the entire country that has illegal immigrant problems. They're especially in leftist states. And you're asking, do I think ICE agents are capable of violence? I think almost any man who Yeah, almost any man is capable of violence. Absolutely ridiculous. I think Joe Biden was probably capable of violence on some level. I think Donald Trump is capable of violence on some level, even in their 80s. I think any man is capable of violence, and even some women. So I think that's an absolutely ridiculous question. But the real question should be, do I think the majority of ICE agents are violent? No, I think it's actually probably less than 1% of them.
Do you think that the large majority of immigrants are violent criminals?
Someone goes, good points, bro. You did well there. What's going on, kids? Hello. How we doing? Welcome to the chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we mogged this whole debate. Someone goes, I just thought you were talking about rape being not as bad when it happens to 15-year-olds as it is when it happens to 8-year-olds. No, rape is bad no matter what. I think if you were to switch out rape for prostitution in that sentence, if you were to say prostitution of 15-year-olds is not as bad as prostitution of 8-year-olds, I would agree. Although it's still bad for 15, it's still bad. They're bad both ways, but one is worse. That's the overall point that people miss. People are like, he's defending rape. It's like, no, we're still against rape. We're just truthful about what actually happens here. We don't pick a side.
Because again, we're kind of putting this whole blanketed look on immigrants because, they're all criminals because they overstayed a visa or something like that. Like, there are different types.
I don't think they're all violent, and I kept going like this to show you, but I don't think they're all violent. But I also think you need to calculate in some of the non-violent crimes, like I said, like burglary, fraud, DUI, child porn, solicitation of a minor, human smuggling, etc. All non-violent crimes.
All the same things that Americans do at a higher rate than undocumented or documented.
And those
That's
people
my
are
thing
arrested.
here. It's like we keep trying to put them in this box of like criminality when the reality is American-born citizens are much.
She acts like those people just do that and that's like an American thing. Like, no, those people go to jail for that, sweetheart. Like, those people go to jail. The immigrants get deported when they do that. No, you're dumb, sweetheart.
More likely to commit any of those things. Over documented.
And the thing is, when they do that, they are arrested. That's the thing. When these ICE agents are doing that and they're apprehending, when they arrest these people, they then deport them because they're not even supposed to be here in the first place.
When they go to arrest these people, these Americans, do they follow the law? Do they show up with a warrant, or do they just break their door down? Do they just rip them out of their car and shoot them?
Yes.
Do they give them what the laws that applies to the people on the land?
No, they don't. None of the January 6ers got due process, or almost none of them. They were literally all ripped out of their jobs, cars, and homes. Same thing with Charlottesville people, and there's multiple other instances that happen around the country. But no, to say that every American is given their 5th, 13th, and 14th Amendment rights is absolutely.
I misquoted that so bad. I meant to say 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment, and I think I said like 5th. You guys will see. I said it wrong there, and I repeat it wrong again. But I meant 5th, 6th, and 14th. I completely blanked on that in the moment.
No, that's not the right amendment. 5th, 12th, and 14th, I think it would be.
No, 5th, 6th, and 14th.
Ridiculous.
Okay, again, should ICE be abolished? You think no, I think yes, but I think yes simply because they haven't made us safer. It's a lot, honestly, it's a lot of money that's being wasted giving it to ICE for more training. And it's not 6 months, it is 47 days. They do go ahead and they falsify background checks, they falsify drug tests. They're handing this out to anyone who wanted a $50,000 bonus, which I love that they're not even getting unless they complete their 5 years. So they all got a dick in their mouth for $570 extra an hour. It's ridiculous, dude. I should 100% be abolished. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of resources. And here's the thing. If you want to focus on like a secure border, then focus on the border. Stop coming in.
You need ICE for that, sweetheart.
Where these people who have been living here for years, paying taxes, adding to the community, haven't started shit, have no criminal records. Because the reality is we're getting rid of people that don't have criminal
records. They defrauded that state for $8 billion. But yeah, they're totally adding to the community, all the Somalians. The Quality Leering Center is actually the best place to get educated in Minnesota, guys. If you didn't know, go there. And you want to say that focus on the border. Who do you think works on the border? The ICE agents. Again, you want to take away ICE? You want to completely abolish ICE? We wouldn't be able to have a border at that point. So again, completely ridiculous. We need enforcement within the country. We need enforcement at the border. We need these people to be removed from the country. And if your answer to that is, oh, we had a couple people who were violently protesting get shot, I have no problem with them getting shot.
Well, okay, that's all right, whatever. These are American citizens that you don't care about. Like, you're here pro-America, but you don't care about the fact that ICE agents are massacring American citizens and terrorizing American citizens. That's who's also being hurt through this whole process, is actual American citizens. And I should be about, let me say this, ICE agents, that's my whole thing here, right? I understand that we need to have immigration enforcement at the border. If you're vetting
that's
people,
ICE agents.
We need to get people documented faster so that we know that they're paying taxes, so that we know that they're citizens. I don't think the answer is to pull everyone out. And also, we're not deporting even the ones that are not violent criminals or criminals, period. They're not sending them home, dude. They're not sending them back to where they came from. They're sending them to CCOT. They're sending them to places they've never been. So right there also, that's really fucked up, don't you think? I mean, if you want to get rid of someone who overstayed a visa, you think the answer is to send them to El Salvador where they've never been to a death camp? That is okay.
A death camp. A death camp's a little bit of a stretch, sweetheart. Let's be honest. Second thing, I would rather actually just put them all on a boat and let them all figure it out. Send them off and let them figure it out from there. I really don't care once they're out of the country. Like, that's their business. Let's give her some credit here. We're going to rewind to 10 seconds. That was a generational lock-in by her right there. For those who missed it, we're going to rewatch that for 10 seconds. Watch her face when I say that we should put them all on a boat. Generational lock-in. She wanted to smile. She wanted to laugh at it. She knew it was great. She knew it was a little funny. She knew it was perfect. She didn't lie. She locked in. We'll give her that. Generational lock-in right here from her. Send them off and let them figure it out from there. I really don't care once they're out of the country. Like, that's their business. Get them out of the country. Do I think the El Salvador prison's a little much? Occasionally, but at the same time, I actually think we should be sending some people there. Some people who are on death row, some people who have committed some of those heinous crimes should be sent there.
Okay. I mean, you and I clearly both agree, like, you know, we don't like criminals. We don't want criminals here. But again, the reality is criminals will always be here because American-born citizens are 2 times more likely to commit a violent crime, 10 times more likely for a weapons charge. This is just reality. So as far as abolishing ICE goes, I think it should be abolished. One, because of the funds, way too much money going there, and not enough money going to things that actually would affect American citizens in the positive.
Trillions into black
I understand that we want a secure border, and so you need to have some sort of ICE agency, some sort of immigration. I understand that at the border to have a controlled effort to make sure people aren't criminals, to get them documented. Stop giving them this year pass, see you in a year. No, get them fucking through the process so that they can't just disappear. Maybe. ICE needs to be, if not abolished, at least revamped completely. And we don't need agents in the street patrolling. That's not a thing. This is basically when I went to Minneapolis, what it looked like to me is just military occupation of a city. Like they went in there and occupied the city, and they're terrorizing American citizens. The businesses are suffering. The people are suffering. Kids are scared to go to school. People are scared to go to work.
People are out all
they
day
have not done a thing
shopping
to help the American people. This has not helped Americans in any way.
It
hasn't helped us at all with crime rates. It hasn't helped us with any kind of budgets. It hasn't done shit for Americans. Like you keep thinking it's going to make America great again. I know you're not a Trumper, but it's not making America great again. It's making America safer, poorer.
Oh, funny. You'll see. We come back and we talk to each other again. Back to Maggie every time. It's okay. It's okay. I know
you can hear me now, guys.
I can hear you. Don't worry.
I know you're raring to continue.
I would love to. I can go for another hour. Me and you.
You want to talk to each other?
I would love to. I feel like me and her are gonna hop on a Zoom call after this.
Do you want me to open the mics again?
Debate. Open the mics up. Open the mics up.
Hang on a second.
Let the people go. Like, let's see. Ready? Yeah. See, I break out the knife. I do the knife trick.
Okay, 1 second. This might be a mistake, but let's try.
She can't get enough of it. She loved it. I think I have to refresh the page. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. I said to him, I was like, me and you are about to hop on a Zoom call for 2 hours after this and do another debate.
No, honestly, James, you and I should totally sit down and fucking chat sometime.
I would come on my show. See, I just want to say, after debate 1, she was like, fuck you. I'm embarrassed to even be on a debate with you. Watch how she acts from here on out. Just watch her demeanor. Throwing herself at me, pretty much. Open invite.
Honestly,
I'll come on your show. You come on my show. I don't care.
I would really like to hear, because you're not a Trumper and you said you're not a Republican. I'm very curious now where you are, because I'm the same way on the left, where I'm like, I'm not a Democrat and I don't really identify with, I don't really fucking know, you know?
We could probably learn a lot about each other again.
We maybe could.
See, I told you she was feeling the charisma. She saw the beard. She saw the hair. She saw the suit.
The hair.
All coming together.
Oh, but my hair turned him off.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on.
Turned off. Let's just say it was pink.
I really, really appreciate your time. I appreciate your passion for the subject. You both great value for money, and a very entertaining debate to watch. You both communicate your points very well. So I thank you this time and previous times that you've come on. I appreciate you both. I will work on editing this tomorrow, the very first hour-long extravaganza of mute points, and I will send
I'll send the
recording to you guys as always, and you can use it as you wish. And then yes, I will tag your channels and all that good stuff.
I think you should do more like this. You should keep doing the hour-long ones. This was fun.
I think so too, because honestly, like, it goes by quick. It still went by quick, right?
Yeah, I think I need the right people. I think some people, the 20 minutes, I feel like they're running out of steam.
Someone in the chat goes, dude, she's wet. Someone goes, I mean, she's cute, though. And not really.
With a knot.
Are you going on the Jubilee thing next month?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that for the ice thing? I signed up for it. I signed up for it and asked them if I could do it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be there. I hope so.
I just got my email today, so.
Fuck you. I want to be on it. James, tell them to put me on it.
Put in a good word, James. Yeah, there's some people.
James pointing at me like that, like, come on. Does she not know I'm a Balso? Does she not know that I wouldn't do it? That I'm a man of Christ? Sorry, ma'am, I understand you want it. I understand you're practically begging for it. I'm probably getting talked about in your group chat right now with you and all the gals, but I'm sorry to do this to you. It can't happen. Someone says I could put a paper bag on it. See, that's still sinful. That's still sinful. Someone says you got to do a private debate with her. Yeah, we are. I texted her on Instagram. You'll see at the end she's begging for practically just begging for it, guys. No, we're just fucking around. But yeah, we are setting up a private debate on my channel and on her channel, which will be fun. More long form, less with the timer and all that shit. Should be cool. But yeah, let's watch the last literally like minute of this, and then we'll read the rest of the live chat, go on to the comments for the day. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll go on to the comments.
When, like, if one person finishes and the other person has a couple of minutes left, like it kind of happened in this last one, sometimes they're like, it's not easy for the average person to sort of filibuster for a couple of minutes, but I never have that worry with you guys. I feel like you guys easily do 10
I
minutes.
didn't manage my time well either. I in 2 of the debates ran out of time. Not good. Look at the way she's smiling at me. Crazy.
Thank you again, guys. I appreciate you so much, and I will be in touch very shortly.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, Ceci. I know we don't agree, but I appreciate it. I liked you more than I thought I would.
Same. I'll find you on Instagram or something.
Just
we'll link up.
DM me on Instagram,
Where are you
American
located?
Unfiltered Show.
Exactly. She's
begging
for it.
YouTube,
Begging for it.
Spotify, Rumble, Kick, Twitter.
Where are you
Oh,
located?
jackass. I mean, regionally in the country.
Where in the country? Does she want to? Is she trying to fly me out? Does she think I'm a third-rate class whore? Like, sweetheart, sorry, I'm above your pay grade on that. I'm more expensive than an Epstein child. You think I'm just giving it up for anybody? No. I'm a high-value man, high-value prostitute. Who you calling jackass? Florida.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool.
The Zionist state,
All right.
sadly. I'm guessing you're
All right.
anti-Zionist because you're a leftist. I'm guessing we could agree on that point. But
Yeah.
all right, DM me on Instagram. We'll set something up. We'll set up another.
I'll DM
wanted
you.
it.
Sounds good.
Enjoy your evening, guys. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch.
Thanks, Paul.
Take it
Thank
easy.
you, Paul.
All right.
Appreciate
Feel
you.
better.
Bye, Paul.
Bye-bye.
07. See, she loved the 07s. I think, first of all, let's say this. I think we won. I think we won that debate. But second of all, can we acknowledge that liberal women like right-leaning men for some reason? I don't know what it is, but liberal women, they see a guy who has a complete opposite values, and they're like, maybe. I think she was feeling it, guys. What do you guys think? Let's see what you guys think today. All right, let's get out of that now. Let's go back to this. We're going to talk about it for a bit. Someone in the chat goes, dude, colonize her and make her son a groiper. Yeah, see, we could do what the black people do. The black people sometimes intentionally fuck white women to eliminate the white race. What if we take over the liberals and make all their sons into groipers? Turn all their sons into Hitler. The kid will be pumping out Hitler edits in study hall between 4th and 5th period. That'd be absolutely insane. That'd be kind of funny. Someone go, you won. She wanted to get fucked. Dude, I think you're right on that. Someone goes, use your name more. You're not America Unfiltered. You're James Pascalides. I do use my name a lot. What are you talking? I literally had James Pascalides written on the fucking screen there. Someone goes, private debate. Ceci, this is my invite to you, sweetheart. Maybe I'll clip this and send it to you. Private debate, me and you. We can do it on an island. We could do it in Rome. We can do it in Paris. We could do it anywhere, sweetheart. As long as it's just me and you. Nice bottle of Pinot. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. We'll get to know each other. We'll learn a little bit. I don't know what it is. Sometimes the liberal girls are a little cute, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want to put up with that? Like, you get her pregnant and she kills the kid, and it's like, ugh. The kid turns 1 and she's buying the kid rainbow shit. You know what I mean? A lot of downsides to it. She's against Christ. She doesn't accept Christ as her Lord and Savior. Actually, that could, I don't know, maybe, because then you marry her, but you don't have to spend eternity with her. She goes to hell, you go to heaven. Maybe. Okay, see, we're writing our pros and cons list out. We're speaking it out loud. Our pros and cons list. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, someone goes, we always were, bro. Change the name to James Passer. Sounds better, easy to remember, less ethnic. Less ethnic. Yeah, I did. It's just a Greek last name, but I'm more Italian than Greek by a lot. Maybe that's what she liked. She saw the Italian charm, the fuego, the swag, and she was like, oof. She had to step back for a second. She literally physically took a step back. She felt the reaction, not just in her face, in her whole body. She felt that reaction, and she was like, wow. If I don't break off a piece of this white chocolate, I might never be able to call myself a woman again. I might never be the same woman I was before I met this man, this hunk of magic, this beautiful, beautiful slice of pizza right here. Whatever you want to call it. I'll be whatever you want me to be, Ceci. Don't worry, sweetheart. Me and you together, it might work. It might work. Probably not, but it might work. No. Someone goes, America Unfiltered with Mr. and Mrs. Pascalidi. That's weird to hear. Because I'm just thinking of people like my friends when I'm young calling my mom Mrs. Pascalides. 10-minute debate. How about 7 minutes in heaven? Oh, see, this is what we need. These are the idea. Like, get this guy in the White House. Whoever wrote, get him in the White House. These are the ideas we need. These are the ideas that our decision makers need to be listening to. Fuck Howard Lutnick. We need this guy in the White House. 10-minute debate, 7 minutes in heaven. Genius. See, that's going to be my selling point to her. Hey, sweetheart. Fuck a 10-minute debate. Me and you, 7 minutes in that closet right there, right now. Maybe I take her over to the island. Maybe me and her, we take over Howard Lutnick's yacht. We spend some time over on Little St. James Island making sweet, passionate love. No, I'm kidding. That's far. Guys, we're going too far. We're getting over our heads here. We're getting way over our heads. We can't talk about making sweet, passionate love to a woman we're not married to. Aggressive, tender, firm, but very aggressive. No, God, I don't even know what I'm saying. Now I'm just going off the rails. Now I'm just speaking my mind. If someone goes, bro, you're a savage. But if wants the showbiz for real, it might help. James Savage. Dude, I just think, again, like, first of all, generational lock-in by her when I said put them all on boats, and she just sat there like, kind of cracked a smile, started to laugh a little bit. You could tell she wanted to let it out. And then at the very end, it goes from like, I fucking hate you to like, I'm going to look you up on Instagram. Where are you located in the country? She did everything shy. Take her panties off and throw them my way. Let's call a spade here, guys. Let's be honest. It's the second time it happened. Again, the leftist Blondie, we debated her. She wasn't into it, but she got mocked. I mean, she looked at me like a lawyer going up against Saul Goodman, and it was just, she had no chance from the fucking start. I had already prearranged the deck before leftist Blondie stepped into the arena. With Ceci, it was a little different. Me and her, we had our battle, our back and forth, our give and take. She's a giver, not a taker, guys. She's a giver. She's a huge giver, if you guys didn't see. She was giving me all the leeway. She was giving me so many options to come out with her with in this debate. Wow, it was incredible. Someone goes, the laugh is infectious. That's what I try. Again, my laugh is just hilarious sometimes. Objectively, guys, we mog. That's what we do on the show. We're moggers. I mog the frame mogger. People don't even get it. People can't even. Again, I have lightning that shoots out of my fingertips. I shoot laser beams out of my eyeballs. You can't conceive what I'm fucking capable of. Probably one of my favorite quotes from Better Call Saul. Great quote. He's saying it to Howard, turning down Howard's job. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the show. He's turning down Howard's job interview. Someone goes, he's got it. He's got the it. He needs more eyes. All true. Dude, thank you. I appreciate it. I think that's one thing. Again, I get I've been glazing myself here a bit. Like Ben Shapiro says, I've been glossing myself a bit, guys. Been glossing the shit out of myself. But to be objectively true and honest and to glaze myself a little bit, I do think I have the it factor. I might not be the smartest person in every room. I might not always be the funniest, but what I am is charismatic. I am a little funny. I mog. I'm the jack of all trades. I am like the, let's see, I don't know. I'm like the Rob Gronkowski of this game. See, I'm not the best of all time, but I'm the best at what the fuck I do. And there's no question about that.
I'm the best at what the fuck I do. I'm funny. I look good. I'm Italian. I got a little beard mustache thing going on. See, people just need to open their eyes and see the magic that's in front. They need to see that they're in the presence of greatness when you're on my show. No, I'm kidding. That's being a douchebag. See, now I'm being an asshole. But that's part, like, how many people can just do this? Like, how many people can take this and just fucking... You guys can't even conceive of this. You see this? I'm looking at you, not even looking at the fucking screen half the time. You guys can't conceive what I'm capable of. Like, motion for days. Like, God forbid a white boy has some fucking motion. There's nothing that can contain this fire. There's no deterrent for this. It is happening. The griping of America has started. It has commenced. And I'm a part of it. I'm here for it. I'm not the leader by any measure, by any means. But I plan to be a player. I plan to be a key player in it. I plan to be here to gripe Americans, to gripe all the young women and children of America. That's crazy. Someone's going to clip that out of context and they're going to try and change what I said to rape. But no, we're going to gripe all the young women and children and all the men. No homo. No homo. We're going to gripe the fuck out of the men too. We're going to take this country back by hell or high water one day. We're going to make this country ours again. We're going to make America, America again. We're going to get the immigrants out, the illegal ones. We're going to stop legal immigration. We're going to stop the Jewish lobby, stop Jewish power and control over our nation. We're never going to let something like COVID or the USS Liberty, never let any of that shit happen. JFK type scenario where Israel wants to kill one of our presidents. We're never going to let it happen. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Me and Ceci will be king and queen of this bitch before we let this fall. Ceci, this is an open invitation. Me and you, fuck the 10-minute debate. 7 minutes in that closet right there. Me and you right now. No, I'm kidding. I can't do it. I have Christian and Catholic morals. You're probably going to watch this and be like, what the fuck is this retard saying? No, I'm not going to debate him anymore. She's going to see this and she's going to not get that I'm kidding. And she's going to be like, I'm not debating him anymore. This kid's a freak. And you're not wrong about that. I'm a freak. No, I'm kidding. I was only at a Diddy party once. I was only at the freak off one time. One time only, guys. Would you have not, like, seriously though, you get invited by LeBron James to a Diddy party, you're not showing up? Come on. That's like saying you wouldn't go to the island if you were invited by... Like, here's the thing about the island people have to realize. Stephen Hawking was on the island. Did anyone really think that child rape was happening on the same island that Stephen Hawking was on? Probably not. Like, I would think there's more nerds than anything on that island. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you don't know till you know. Like, half the people who went to the island didn't even know what they were getting themselves into. So... You know, we got to call out what it is. And people are like, oh, it's defending pedophiles. No, it's not. We could still condemn the pedophiles. We could still say pedophilia is bad and what happened on the island is objectively evil, while at the same time saying a lot of the people there were duped into it or were tricked into it or didn't know they were 16 or didn't know, etc. Or that a lot of it was prostitution, even though some of it was rape. People don't want to listen to that. People don't want the truth. Someone goes, let's see, wait, we gotta scroll back. Someone goes, I'm gonna start clipping the show. Dude, start clipping the show. If your clips if they go viral, if they're successful, me and you, we'll create a pay structure for you. That's to anybody out there who wants to start clipping. We'll create a pay structure if it works. Someone goes, we're just riffing now. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going with it. It was a slow news week last week. I didn't get to talk about anything of actual value. So we're just having fun today. And, you know, like, you know what we should fucking rant and bitch about right now? I was thinking of doing a reaction to this week, but I'm not going to, because we'll just talk about it right now. Sounds actually a little better. But this Brett Cooper thing, that was absurd. And I know it's a little random off topic, but to give you guys a quick, like, 1 minute synopsis, a little breakdown, and then we'll get into what actually happened. But Clav goes to New York for Fashion Week. He participates in the fashion event. Brett Cooper flies away from her husband and kid to go see him at this fashion event. She sees him, she smiles, she gives him these big fucking beautiful fuck me eyes that we all wish we could see from Brett Cooper. And she shakes his hand. She's like, it's so nice to meet you. And then later, he's walking down the runway and she's looking at him like a deer in headlights. She's looking at him like her pussy's drenched. So, Brett Cooper, I'm sorry to talk about your pussy that way, but you did come off like a little bit of a slut there. But What then proceeded from that is Clav posted a video. He's like, hey, why don't me and you go hang out? You can forget about your loser cuck husband. And you would think a trad woman on the right side of the movement would be like, okay, like we're going to denounce that. We're going to call this guy a bitch. Maybe we'll never even report on him or acknowledge him again. I'm going to put my husband first. What does she do? She makes a video, doesn't even acknowledge that Clav said that her husband's a loser cuck. And she then basically, she's like, I just wanted to see them. I just wanted to be at the event. And it's like, you stupid bitch. If my wife ever looked at a man that way, first of all, boom. If my wife ever looked at a man that way, he called me a loser cuck, and then the woman, my wife, then makes a video but doesn't acknowledge that portion of it and still talks highly of the individual, boom, 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 boom. I would start just beating the fuck out of her. Like, is that even a question that we would just beat the fuck out of that? Like, I mean, that's crazy. The fact that Brett Cooper isn't on her next show with 2 black eyes is crazy to me. And again, we're not pro-abuse here, but what we are is anti-slut. We're huge anti-sluts on this show. Sluts, let's deport them with the illegals. Honestly, fat people and sluts, let's put them on a boat with the illegal immigrants and just let them figure it out. It's okay, my dog, she's coming in. She's got a little cone on right now. She's got a cut. She keeps picking at it, so she's got her cone on. Delta's coming in for the shot. Oh, it's okay, Delta. I love you. I love you. Don't worry. I'll be done with the show soon. We'll get back. We'll go play some fetch. Let me wrap this up. I'm going to riff for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to do the comments. What are you biting? Are you biting my... Oh, you're trying to give me a tennis ball. You brought me the tennis ball I dropped when we were playing, when I was juggling. I thought she was trying to bite my pocket or something. That was weird. All right, let's read out some of the live chats. We'll go over to the comments in a second. Delta, she's right next to my camera now. This is like literally an inch away from her knocking over the whole setup. Like, all right, we're good now. We're good. Now she's trying to crawl behind me. No, you got a cone on. You're not going to be able to fit. That's a tight window there. Just go lay down. I'll be back in a moment. Now I'm just having a full conversation with my dog. All right, someone goes, I'm going to start clipping the show. Thank you. Appreciate it. Someone goes, posting on X and Insta. Scheduling more blood sports debates would help your motion. I'm going to keep scheduling as many debates as possible. Looks like a nice desk. Hold up. Nice desk. No fear, that's important. You're used to defend yourself. LOL. Stop the Jewish banking system. Agreed. That's where it all ends. She wants to soil your Christian penis. Don't let her. Sadly, my Christian penis has been soiled, but we are born again under Christ. I'm a virgin. No, I'm not, but I wish I was. Someone goes, independent currency, Bitcoin, no banks needed. I think the banksters love Bitcoin for asset hiding. Think about it. The science crowd is just in bed with the money crowd. That's why Hawking was there. Of course, they want to experiment. Oh, wow. We got a good amount of live chats here. I love my simple women. I wouldn't marry a woman who is that into fashion. No, they do, but it's also a threat to the big players because if Bitcoin goes up, the other currencies must go down. In the end, there can only be Bitcoin and all other currencies will be worthless. That's why they see it as a threat. I should probably get some. If you own money, yes, or buy. Okay, we don't have to go into the whole Bitcoin debate. I feel like that's just getting a little repetitive. But what we can say is we mogged in that debate. We beat this woman in this debate objectively. And not only did we beat her on logic, we beat her on skill, we beat her on timing. But what else did we beat her on? She hated me. And then at the end, she pretty much took her panties off, threw them in my face, and said, come here. And I was like, whoa. Maybe. Is a grip? No, guys, that's absurd. That's a bad comment. I shouldn't have said that. I need 2 lashings from her. Okay, now I'm just getting absurd. Now I'm just really just going into some weird territory here. But yeah, overall moral of the story with Brett Cooper, she acted like a whore. Overall moral of the story with the debate is I fucking don't lose. I don't lose debates. Maybe there's someone out there who could beat me in a debate, but a woman? No. Sweetheart, you shouldn't vote, let alone stand in the fucking arena with me. Let's be honest. What? Someone's got to teach these women, though. Someone has to teach these women. And if it has to be my backhand, so be it. If your fathers aren't going to teach you, if the men in your life aren't going to teach you, guess what, sweetheart? I'll fucking teach you. I'll teach you that lesson. One way or the other, me and you, we'll get to the bottom of this. You'll get to the bottom of it, too. Guys, we got to stop We can't keep sexualizing this woman. Although, I noticed, I was doing a little scouting report on her before the debate, and I was looking at her YouTube channel, which, let me see if I can actually get it pulled up for you guys. Let's see. Where is it? Let's see. Dude, my dog is going crazy. I love you, Telta. It's okay. I know. You want to jump on me. Let me get this debate pulled up. Here, baby, lay down. Just lay down for a second. Give me a moment. I'm getting this lady's show pulled up. Let's see right here. All right. So this is her, here, wait, let's make that the right size. Why the fuck does it do that? That's so weird. All right. We'll put on like one of her shorts or something so you guys can see what this lady's show is like. Someone says her ass is bonkers. Is it? Is that confirmed? Does she have a bonkers ass? Is that confirmed, fellas? I'm going to need a confirmation on that. I'm going to need a BMI check. I'm going to need the confirmation on that. Let me know, fellas. Let me know. Let's see. Let's get the background back up for this. All right, let's pull up one of her videos. Let's watch one of her clips. She does like stand-up comedy. I'm not seeing the comedy clips on here though. Okay, let's see. She's talking about Nick Fuentes here. This will be fun. She's talking about the Groypers. Why can't I hear? Oh, I have that muted maybe. Where's the fucking audio? Am I retarded? Audio doesn't work? I guess the audio doesn't work. Okay, maybe we don't watch one of her clips. Well, now it's there up on the top. It wasn't there before. I don't get that. That's weird. It doesn't let me play the Nick clip for some reason. Let's see. Let's go to,
They don't like
So you think
women
you're a feminist, you're mask.
It's crazy too because, okay, do you guys see the girl in the black top? She's the girl with the pink hair. The girl in the black top is the girl I debated on the last one. So I defeated two of the feminists on the feminist panel in Jubilee.
I mean, like you can take a look at this row of how these women are dressed. They're dressed very feminine, all of them. And then look at you guys. And I'm not. You got your dress on. I'm not even. And this is not a dig at you guys. This is not.
Okay, I just want to say one thing about this clip.
You can take a look at this row of how these women are dressed. They're dressed very feminine, all of them. And then look at you guys. And I'm not. You got your.
I'm going to tell you right now. She is so lucky I did not read her ass down because looking at her, she's wearing black flats, black slacks, a fucking turtleneck, long sleeve in black with her hair up. She don't look feminine. She looks basic. Yeah. She's dressed like she's...
See, women hate women. That's it. That's what you guys should take from that video. That's what I took from that video. Women hate other women. Someone goes, tell her we need mandatory makeup in all clips. Huge if true. Make yourself look good, honey. Why is she doing a black thing? Yeah, I kind of agree. Sweetheart, Ceci, baby doll. Why are you doing a little black thing here? You're white. Why are you changing your hair color? And why are you putting fucking dreads in? Or whatever the fuck you had there. Braids or whatever. Sweetheart, you're white. Embrace it. Be proud of it. And yeah, look good for me when I see you. Please, I beg of you. Let's see. Someone else in this. Someone goes, damn, I like her. See, maybe. That's what I'm saying. Maybe. We'll see. Someone goes, they're talking about stocks. Someone goes, Brett Cooper couldn't win in that situation. Should have been home. Exactly. Her ass is bonkers. Oh, are you talking about Brett Cooper's ass or are you talking about Ceci's ass? I thought you were talking about Ceci. Brett Cooper? We can agree there. Brett Pooper is what we call her on the show. You aren't going to electrocute the dog? Wow. No, I'm not. I love my dog. I'm not going to electrocute my dog. Who is that? Hassan? But you shouldn't... Okay, we're not going to read all the Bitcoin ones, because... Someone goes, gross. Someone goes, you just need a USB... Oh, they're talking about Bitcoin. No mining needed. Yeah, again, we're not going to... We talk about Bitcoin sometimes on the show, but I feel like it's just distracting from... what I'm trying to riff about right now. What am I trying? I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just letting the ADHD flow out of me right now.
just thinking, maybe me and her, we set up a nice picnic somewhere in a park or something. Then we take it, we get on Howard Lutnick's yacht, we go over to Little St. James, we have a beach day. Maybe it escalates from there. Maybe we have consensual. No, I'm kidding. Again, kidding, guys, kidding. Ceci, I give my heart to you, ma'am. Now I'm just going. I feel like I should probably just go over to the comments. Let's just go over to the comments. I feel like I'm just getting off track here at this point. We got a fuck ton of comments to read, too. Like a fuck ton of comments to read. Not a fuck ton. Maybe. Depends what a fuck ton is to you. But to me, it's a lot of comments. So, buckle the fuck in, folks. We're getting to the comment section of the show. Remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show, rate the show 5 stars on Spotify, follow me on X, Instagram, whatever platform you're watching on, just hit the follow button. It's that easy. That easy, sweetheart. That easy, dumbass. Hit the follow button. Tune in for every episode. That easy. Share the show with 5 friends if you haven't. You know what I mean? Just put the show out there. Put it on at your family Thanksgiving next year. Put it on next time you have 100 people in a room. Just put it on the TVs. Go in with a universal remote into every Buffalo Wild Wings and put my show on the fucking TV. That's how you guys need to be spreading this. And then follow me on Telegram as well. Scan the code up in the corner. You'll stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. Someone goes, the two of you can go around and tell black people how to act properly, LOL. The thing is, we'd probably disagree on black culture, sadly. Ceci, don't worry. I'll red pill you on the blacks. Spoiler, they're violent. Spoiler, they're violent. All right, let's go in. This episode, a lot of the comments are from the episode with the Dean and Nick debate, where I did a reaction to that, and then a lot of the comments are from Friday's episode too. So these ones that we're starting with, these are from the Dean and Nick debate.
Defending the Old Testament is a losing battle, and also very Jewish.
He didn't defend the Old Testament. Dean was trying to pin the Old Testament verse on him.
This is so old. Tariffs?
Yes, it was old.
I thought this was new.
If it was new, you would have heard it from Nick, not from me, idiot.
This is old, but Dean is just better.
You're an absolute retard. Not gonna make it.
Man, I would have loved to see Charlie versus Nick.
We all would have loved to see that, but Charlie refused.
In a strange way, Charlie's legacy was saved by the shooter preventing him from ever debating Nick.
In a way, you're kind of correct, although it'd be better if he was alive.
Dean is retarded.
Yeah, Dean is a peak retard.
The guy talking about how women shouldn't be in politics is so clearly just saying wild shit hoping to go viral. What
Women
a loser,
shouldn't be in
LMAO.
politics. Women shouldn't also vote either.
Why the double speed? Shit. Unwatchable. Speed yourself and Withers, not NJF.
You're retarded. You think I could just put speed on half of it, but not the whole thing? You're fucking retarded. Why? Because it's a reaction stream, not an original. Go watch the original, you fucking moron.
I think it's funny when they talk about women weren't able to succeed because they were oppressed. If women are so much stronger like this guy says, how could they ever be oppressed? Trying to say that the pigment of someone's skin and it being darker is the same as dirty fecal matter that is poisonous to your health are the same. It's the stupidest thing I have ever heard.
Everything Dean said was retarded.
IDGAF, what you think about Nick? He was just levels above this dude intellectually.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
TBF. It's Dean Withers. Literally everyone is intellectually superior. Nick has ran away from almost every argument he has made in this video.
You're retarded.
Hilarious commentary about Dean, by the way, LMAO.
Thank you. Dean's an absolute pussy of a man. He shouldn't even be allowed to call himself a man. Dean's a little bitch. Let's see. Okay, let's go over to our Spotify comments.
Not often of the girl in charge face with tears of joy does go off on shit that's nonsense.
Yeah, a lot of the comments that you guys are going to hear here are about the Friday collab. I agree with you. It wasn't my favorite one. I liked the first collab we did. The second one was just too slow paced for me. It wasn't my style. I think she saw it too in my face.
I thought he was gonna wreck this dumb bitch in a debate. This was sad.
That wasn't the woman I was debating. The woman I was debating was today's show. You'll see it.
By the way, claiming to be America first while also praising people like Hitler and Stalin, who went to war and slaughtered thousands of Americans,
You're such a retard.
makes you America last.
You have to understand, it's not praising these people. It's just saying that leaders from history are cool. There's a big difference. You're a fucking retard.
You sound like a Ben Shapiro fan. Shut up and suck off Ben a bit more. I tend to be fans of people who graduated from Harvard Law and know how to use facts and logic. I understand that you don't.
I only trust Zionists. Shut up, bitch.
This show sucked. She's annoying as fuck. Waste of time.
I agree. The Friday episode wasn't good, but I'm not going to talk shit about Brittany. I like Brittany a lot.
Yuri wanted me to tell you no vodka necessary, comrade. Whatever the hell that means. She seems cool, bro, especially for a Jew. Kidding, brother, we judge them by the fruits. Nickelodeon's 439. The girl that likes you is always the better option over the girl that you like. The girl that likes you will inspire greatness within you and follow you wherever you go. The dynamic has to be proper for the relationship to function as God intended.
See, I'm going to get that Nickelodeon's verse tattooed on me today. That's how much I love that. W Rogue. W Rogue. Rogue, huge fucking W.
The only rule of the Book of Nickelodeons is you don't talk about the Book of Nickelodeons.
My bad. My bad. We don't talk about it.
No one in America is in real poverty. No one goes to sleep hungry because we are blessed to live in the greatest country on earth. It will happen if Nick Fuentes gets his way.
You're retarded.
The statistical American poverty rate is 10.6% household. Over 10.6% of households live below the poverty line and cannot afford basic necessities. And that's solely those who own homes. The 0.23 at the very least don't own or even reside in, or hold the ability to rent any form of property whatsoever. And that's just on housing. Even the former upper to middle classes are becoming statistically more impoverished due to the fact that there exists no infrastructure for the...
Alright, I mean, this guy just, raped the... this whole thread is just them debating this.
Purpose of wealth distribution, and the American billionaire class can continue to propagate slop-blaming immigrants, or trans people, or Jews, or Indians, or Somalis, or whatever scapegoat it wished to distract the U.S. population from its own actions.
Shut up.
You're totally not understanding what I'm saying. Is in a country like Africa, sometimes it's impossible for you to come rich or even make ends meet. In America, it's always possible if you put in the work. No one's saying it's not hard, but if you work, you can become rich, and it's a lie if anyone tells you not like that. And I have proof for my family. The ones in my family are rich are the ones who put in the work, who work their ass off. The ones who didn't aren't. It's simple. What people want is they want me to work and tax me so they don't have to work, and that is bullshit. I think this is the most important thing. Young people need to understand that the government is not supposed to be your piggy bank. Rather, if you are disabled or in need of a doctor, an emergency, or you're in between jobs, then you could come on to the government and ask for money, but you shouldn't. What is your opinion on open borders for Israel?
When the comments start getting retarded, I'm just gonna skip it.
I'm an American, so if I was an Israeli, I guess would I want an open border with terrorists from Gaza, terrorists from Lebanon, or half of the Middle East, more than half which believes in killing every single Jew? No, obviously. So what's your question? If Israel should allow other Jews to come, if they should allow non-violent Muslims or a little Christians, they already do. There's an American Christian community in Israel. I've been there in the West Bank. Too broad of a question for me to answer.
Okay, again, it's just so fucking annoying. I'm not gonna read half these.
Rogue, shut the F up. It's not okay to joke about skull. Someone please, dude, I was starting to like you.
It's not okay to joke about killing. Dude, I tell people to kill themselves and say I'm gonna kill myself all the time. It actually is objectively hilarious to joke about that sometimes.
El Collab, this woman just sounds like an idiot. She's not funny. She's uneducated and her voice is annoying. She has no original takes and provides zero thought-provoking ideas. You could do better.
Well, the first conversation me and her had, the first collab we did actually was great. Very well received by my audience and hers. The second one, I agreed. The whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is going to be terrible. People are going to fucking hate this. It's literally just me and you sitting here talking about collab. It's okay, whatever. I don't mind. Here's the thing about why that, to give some background on why that happened. I was supposed to date the... Not date. Me and Ceci were going to date in the future. Sorry. I was supposed to debate Ceci on Friday. It got postponed to Monday today. And it got canceled 2 minutes before the debate started. So last second, I was like, there's nothing in the news. The debate got canceled. What should I do for my show? So me and Brittany set that up very last second. Wasn't planned at all. So that's kind of the reason it wasn't as good.
Expecting thought-provoking discussion from a Nick Fuentes alt-right reaction channel on Spotify is akin to expecting Dostoevsky from Wattpad.
You're retarded.
Like watching 14-year-olds fight and lust over their junior high. Shit-ass show.
Yeah, it was not a great collab on Friday. I'm with you there.
Whites should be as racist as white Latinos were the best racists.
I will say, Hispanics sometimes are the best racists. That is true. Objectively, Hispanics, they're very racist. Hispanics hate all other Hispanics.
Crazy thing is, aside from Argentinians, the most racist Latinos are Dominicans toward Haitian, which is crazy because Dominicans are part or mostly black themselves, but that is often tied to Trujillo dictatorship.
I would say they all hate Mexicans the most.
Also the affects of the Spanish caste system. The best country in Latin America is Argentina, the reason why Hitler went there.
You might be right.
I mean, agree, Argentina is really nice. I like Milei, the president. Do you have any proof that Hitler went to Argentina? I met him, he signed my German flags.
Yeah, I met him too. Do you have any proof that Hitler went to Argentina? Shut the fuck up.
I love how there's tons of clips of Massey and Paul circulating on social media lately with the theme of "oh shit, they were right." That 9 times out of 10 being correct theme rings through with Nick. It's clear where he came from. 2010's libertarian explosion.
Yeah, libertarians are just dying now. It's just such a waste of a party. Libertarians just need to just be America first and get their head out of their ass.
It's like 2 teenage girls gossiping, both wishing they could suck off Nick Fuentes whenever they get the chance. How many times are we gonna say let's go? I lost track. This guy thinks he is someone, but how old is he? Doesn't even have kids yet, sitting here gossiping with some bimbo that's dumber than a box of rocks.
Yo, don't go, like, come on, chill. Someone goes, I'm back, James. Did I miss the debate? You're back. Who are you? Do I know you? Yeah, you did, but you could just go rewatch it. You could just rewind. You can just rewind or check it out on Spotify. You did miss the debate. You missed me beating the shit out of this woman in this debate. But who? Goth Pop TV. Who the fuck is that? Let's look it up. Do I know this person? They go, I'm back, James. I don't think I know this person. Maybe? I don't think so. But yeah, just go rewind and watch it.
I listened to him, but still trying to figure out if he's legit. He's all about this fuck you, fuck off him a mogger, but he's 5'4" and one of the only dudes I hear brag about his IQ. I smell little man syndrome. I judge a man off success and if he makes shit happen more than IQ. Internet is fake reality. How much power does he have in his community?
So much power.
Is he making moves in the real world? He says he's broke. I don't disagree with his beliefs, but only a few can make it with these online personalities.
I think I'm one of them. I think I'm doing just fine. And like, you make the comment, it's like, oh, he's not married, but it's like, dude, okay. Like, sorry, the women my age are all sluts. sorry. I didn't want to marry a whore.
I also get tired of these dudes online saying have kids increase the white birth rate, yeah, but none of these dudes have a wife or a family.
Yeah,
they want to talk all that shit and tell others what to do, but they don't practice what they preach. I have 3 kids and a wife of 16 years and life is hard. I want more white births, but at some point they gotta lead by example. They talk shit about women being whores, but the real man gets what he wants out of a woman. Nick is a prime example.
The real man gets what he wants out of a woman. Dude, I can't go back and take a woman who's a whore and make her not a slut anymore. She could stop acting like a slut in the current present day, but she'll always be a slut at heart. So no, you can't change that. Second of all, dude, you provide me a woman who is not a slut and is objectively attractive, and I'll marry her. They don't exist where I live. In Florida, it's all retards, sluts, whores, bitches, cunts, voids, whatever you want to call them.
How the heck did you guys even find out his height? Did he actually tell you?
I've said it on the show like 20 fucking times, you retard.
I want higher birth rate amongst white people too, even though I'm not completely white, because it's just not right. One singular category of Westerners to stop having kids. It's unhealthy, especially in countries like the UK with a medieval ethnic ident. He says he is 5 feet 4 inches on almost every show. He mentioned it to this chick too. White people do need to have more kids though. It's more common to have bigger families in rural areas but not in cities. I think the government should increase the child tax credit and offer other financial incentives to boost the birth rate in America.
They should do the same thing that the Nazis did about the birth rate and about births. They gave interest-free loans.
Yeah, I agree. It's actually a much more humane way to reduce demographics change than what James wants.
Dude, the much more humane way? I just want white people to have more kids. How's that not humane, you fucking idiot?
The biggest problem with falling birth rates isn't even demographic change, it's the fact that the population would be dying, so you have countries like Japan with an aging population that once they die can't be replaced by a new generation, which would be an economic catastrophe. The biggest issue was that non-civic nations throughout the West that the best way to fix the problem. Here is another option for you, James.
Brittany is not an option for me, no. Sorry, no. It's me and Ceci, actually. Me and Ceci we're going to take on the world together.
No. Vivek Ramaswamy has not expressed support for the current H-1B visa program as it exists.
Dude,
and in fact he has been critical of it and called for major changes. Not outright endorsement of the status quo, though at times his comments along...
You also fucking have, M- is in there, ChatGPT wrote that. Oh, yeah, you say that in your next comment. You go, this is what ChatGPT says, so maybe your source on this was deep fake. Show me evidence that he supports it. Dude, he's a fucking literal anchor baby. Shut the fuck up.
James don't wanna wife up this chick. Isn't she drinking during the day? Red flag, triangular flag on post number 1, face with tears of joy.
She does seem to drink a good bit.
Yeah, James is way too picky. He just needs to focus on finding a good woman that loves God.
Dude, you have no idea how picky I actually even am. I'm so fucking picky, it's ridiculous. So picky. I look at a woman and I just deem her a slut without even knowing anything about her. That's how picky I am.
True. I don't know what his options are, but finding one at church is a great start. Although she is Jewish, so I don't know how that would look for his brand.
Dude, one thing, she's a base Jew, I'll give her that. But if I colonized a Jew and turned her into a groiper, that would be great for the brand, actually.
You should watch the end of the Sam Hyde Joel Bernstein interview. It's hilarious.
I'll check it out. Yeah, we didn't end up finishing that one.
Ohio's age of consent is 16. If Monday's another slow news day, you should look into all the things Lex Wessner and Petter Thiel's connections and plans for what they were going to do before all the Epstein drama blew up.
I've talked about that before. We'll talk about it again sometime.
It should be 18.
Here's the thing on why I say it shouldn't be 18. I think you should make a change to the age of consent in one of two ways. You either need to raise it to 25 or lower it to 16, but 18 is based off of literally nothing. It's based off of they deemed they could send men to war at 18, so they made that the legal adult pretty much. But it has no bearing on women. It has no actual relation to the women. Women are more sexually mature towards like 16, while at the same time their brains tend to mature at like 23 to 25. So you should probably make it one of those two ages. And also like 30 out of the 50 states have a 16-year age of consent. Most European countries, 15, 16. But there does need to be limitations on it. I don't want like a 40, 50-year-old dating a fucking 16-year-old. That's weird to me. So I do think there needs to be some restrictions on it.
I already told you once I have no fear of the files coming out because I know Epstein did not like Israel, and I went through this with you and you think you did, but me personally, whatever Israel Ehud Barak represented, it's not what I'm defending. The reason I said I don't think it's coming out and I don't need to is because I trust that the rest has to be headed for a good reason. I just believe in my government like that.
The government said they're not going to put any of the other files out. So do you still believe in it? Do you still have that same belief in them, Fidel? You like the government because the government sucks the dick of your home country of Israel. Like, actually, I mean, I don't know that you're from Israel. I just know you're an Orthodox. But yeah, that's why you like the government, because the government sucks Israel's cock.
I read a ton about it. Meir Lansky was badass. I wish we would go back to the mafia days. Sounds fun.
You spelt it so wrong, Meir Lansky. You should watch the movie. You should read the book about it. There's many books, but there's one very specific book, and that's kind of what the movie's about. The movie's about the guy writing the book about Meir right before he died. Meir, I mean, again, like, we'll give the devil his due. Very evil guy, mafia guy.
ran Murder Inc., ran all the gambling institutions, but he did change the mafia life forever. Did change the entire idea of it. He taught them that it's financially better to keep someone who owes you money alive instead of kill them. And what you do is you take someone, you send them to their business to turn a profit, and then you take the profits for life. You take a good percentage of the profits for life. You become a part owner. And then if the guy ever gets out of line, then you whack him. I mean, that's what they would do. But they also ran Murder Inc. They just put thousands of contracts out on different people, and it was like kill them in any way you want. It's kind of fucked up. Great movie, though. Great story. I know more about mob history than I know about anything. I know so much mob history.
Is this the first time you ever drink on your show?
Probably the first. I've drank on a live stream before. Probably the first time I've ever drank on an uploaded show. Maybe not. Maybe I drank on one of the episodes with Matt one time. I know me and Matt, this was actually crazy, and it never got aired because it got aired for like 1 minute, and then it got a copyright strike on all platforms and got taken down. But me and Matt, we filmed like a 5-hour reaction to this like 3-hour video. 5 hours total with us filming. And we were both drinking during it, but I got fucked up. Like, I drank way too much, too fast. It's kind of irresponsible. And I don't usually do that at all. But I did. And I was, like, drunk by the end. And I'm kind of glad that it, like, got copyrighted because I didn't have to, like, live with that. I didn't have to live with that being out there. But I still uploaded it, even with it like that. I mean, it was just, it got copyrighted. He was looking out for me.
Rogue Templar, I didn't realize. I thought I was always telling the truth. I think you told me this. I see I'm just lying the whole day. It's amazing how you enlighten me.
This is just Rogue Infidel now.
Enlightening you is far above my pay grade. I'm enlightening all the innocent people that see the propaganda you spew. What about the propaganda you spew, though?
Rogue doesn't spew propaganda. Rogue is the man. All right, now let's go into the comments from the Nick Dean Withers episode on Spotify.
What are your thoughts on eating ass?
Immoral. I think it's I think eating anything is a humiliation ritual for man. I don't think men should eat box. I don't think men should eat ass.
You're mad that Candace can't read but pronounce inaugural and inauguration, inhonoral and inhonoration, lol.
You're just listening to it with the voice sped up, so you're a retard.
Dean Withers learned all his talking points from his girlfriend's boyfriend.
Yeah, probably. Probably made them a sandwich after, too.
He learned it through actually reading and not being illiterate.
Dude, of course the 15-year-old retard sucks the dick of Dean Withers.
You're one too.
You're gay, that's what you are. He goes, what am I? Gay. Gay. Gay.
Every time you guys insult me, Christian, pride person, or second Turk, you guys are literally just proving us right. Yam Dallas actually treats me pretty well.
Dude, you guys take comments way too seriously. I'm the one who's reading the comments and I aren't even taking this seriously.
I wasn't just referring to just Yam Dallas. I was referring to all these PPL. Yeah, many of them are mentally ill assholes, especially Marcus.
Dude, you just hate Marcus because he said something about your girlfriend.
The two most normal people on here are Broski and Yam Dallas.
I'm not saying they're not normal. I'm just saying they're probably not the two most normal. I don't know who the two most normal are. If I really had to think about it, I don't know. I'd really have to sit and think.
Who would win in a fight between you, Fuentes and Jake, Special Ed, Lang, or would you just end up fucking each other?
Retarded way to end that. Who would win in a fight, though? I don't know enough about Jake Lang. I don't know his size, really. Depending on his size, me or him, maybe him. I would probably beat Nick, though. Just because, and I'd probably beat Jake, too. And I wouldn't want to, but it's just, again, like, I train MMA, like, 5 days a week. You know, like, I could kick someone in the knee and make it hard for them to ever walk again. Just because I'll kick you in the wrong part of your knee that you're not supposed to.
He probably doesn't even like Jake. Many people on his side believe Jake is a Jewish plant. James would do anything just to get Fuentes to spit on him.
If any man spit on me ever, no matter who it was, I would beat the fuck out of them, if not shoot them. You're just retarded, though. You're just seething.
Always spitting truth like a beast.
Appreciate it. This next comment from Jamin has 40 emojis. Not gonna read it. Don't fucking need to read emoji.
Beast. World needs more.
Thank you.
What a fucking common senseless pussy.
Dude, you have a Raiders logo as your picture. You're objectively a retard or a black guy.
How do you propose we help Nick gain common sense?
Nick has more common sense than you. You literally have none. You're a 15-year-old retard who thinks he's smart because he talks shit online.
And name one common sense less thing Dean said.
Dean created unrealistic hypotheticals similar to how you do. Dean was like, if God told you to rape a baby, it's like, okay, that's retarded. That's actually retarded. Dean didn't understand that the New Testament supersedes the Old Testament. He couldn't get that he couldn't get that into his brain. He could not understand it for the life of him.
Shut up, dummy. Gadsod is right. Suicidal empathy is destroying America and the world. All of Dean's arguments were based on hypotheticals and emotions, just like Nick said. Dean is a little bitch.
Oh, you were calling Dean a common senseless pussy, not me. Okay, I forgive you. I'm sorry I called you black or a retard. I'm sorry. But maybe. You're a Raiders fan, though. Like, that is objectively not smart.
Even with ChatGPT and who knows how many people on his ear, he still got destroyed by Nick and his brain.
Easily.
Gadsod is pretty smart. Dean once said conservatives are against family values because they don't support rainbow flag marriage.
Dean's a fucking idiot. Dean supports abortion in the 9th month, too.
Proves my point. He's an idiot. HW sounded like a woman on her period.
Honestly, worse.
Given the fact that you will this on Monday, I wanted to say that it will be my 24th birthday.
Today is your birthday? You have a February birthday as a man? What are you, gay? Guys, can we all acknowledge that having a February birthday as a man is a little feminine? Like, you could have picked any day, but you picked in February. A little gay. Just a little, right? I mean, I'm not crazy for saying that. It's gay to have a birthday in February as a man. It's feminine at the very least. Alright, no, I'm kidding. Happy birthday, man. Hope you have a good 24. You're still young. You got time, dude. I would love to be 24 again.
It turns out hypotheticals are used to test others' logic, and if you can't handle them, then you are the irrational and emotional one, not Dean.
Creating a hypothetical where God is telling you to rape a baby is actually irrational. You're retarded.
Nick used absolutely no logic, so regardless of if Dean had help, either way he still won.
You're literally the only person who thinks he won. And that's because you're a fucking idiot.
Dean is the literal definition of estrogen.
Yeah, Dean's a little bitch.
Dean seems like the type of guy that eats tofu.
Yeah, and then someone goes, Dean is a soy boy, but they had a bunch of emojis, so I'm not gonna fucking read it. I told everybody, if there's a bunch of emojis in your thing, I'm just not reading it. I don't want to listen to the fucking emojis.
Yeah, it is performative. It's trendy right now to be a woman hater and call women bitches and shit, so that's what you're doing to get followers. I'm sure you do believe men and women have different roles, and I agree with that to an extent, but the only reason you're throwing around words like slut and twat is for the rage bait. It's just silly. You look silly doing it and not at all convincing.
Two things, really quickly. First of all, your name is a 10-digit number. Please tell me that's not your phone number, and if it is, change it. Don't be a retard. Do not dox your phone number. If it's not, maybe that's just a weird coincidence. The only reason I'm saying words like slut and twat is rage bait? No, it's not. I say cunt all the time too, sweetheart. Sluts need to be criticized. So do whores. So do dumb twats and cunts. Women shouldn't vote. And again, I mean these things. And again, we love women as well. It's not women who are the problem. It's bitches.
I would avoid commenting on this show if I were you.
Christian is always looking out for the women who comment on the show. He's like, I would avoid it. He's gonna call you a bitch.
Should I delete it?
Oh my god. I mean, that's woman leader right there.
Nah, but just avoid commenting again is just gonna belittle for being woman face with tears of joy. I'm just worried his mommy didn't love him enough.
I just had lunch with my mom yesterday. What are you talking about? I love my mom. My mom loves me. That's retarded.
He says that to pretty much everyone. He thinks I'm a soy boy when I literally believe in traditional values.
I don't think you're a soy boy. I think you're a pussy about certain things. And I don't mean that in a completely derogatory fashion. I just mean that, you're unwilling to see the bigger picture of things.
Everyone who agrees with him has similar ideology to the Austrian mustache man.
I'm getting compared to the goat now? Crazy. Crazy.
Get this women looking ass out of here. Nick Mog TF out of him.
Nick did Mogdine.
Heavy woman energy out of Squeaker on the left. Brother needs to go back to high school with the amount of hand raises on the first and second topic.
Yeah, that was gay, right?
Yes, Dean, my lungs are made to inhale cigarettes, but it's insanely that I would get cancer cause it's my choice to do what I want with my body parts. Dean's mom was heavy on the wine, got this MF Brian washed.
Yeah, probably.
That's his point. If someone wants to be gay, then let them do what they want with their body. You literally just proved him right and didn't actually dispute they can be gay, but homosexuality is still sin, at least according to the Bible. But why does the Bible going against something actually make it wrong?
How about the fact that there's negative health benefits to it? It is wrong. It's unnatural. It's against the order of things. Dude, like, your comments are gay.
How can anyone take that guy seriously? He's a male feminist who identifies with the receiving end. He actually has a girlfriend, buddy, and your one and only leader Fuentes doesn't. If anything, Dean is further from the receiving end than Nick Fuentes is.
Well, Dean literally says he empathizes with the receiving end, so.
He's also a kid, doesn't know SHT yet.
Yeah.
Can you actually prove his argument wrong? Cause I bet if the ages between Nick and Dean were swapped, you would still be on Nick's side.
Nick was way smarter in that debate.
I can't stand his views, but I guess he isn't as annoying as Parker.
He's a little better than Parker, but he makes more hypotheticals. But Parker's just such a little bitch. Like, when someone said Dean is the definition of estrogen, no, Parker is.
Nah, Parker is way better than Dean, but both are good.
You're retarded. Parker is so much worse.
Dean is an absolute joke.
Let's see, where were we? Right here.
Extremely low IQ individual. Hard to listen to your show. You're a grown man and you act like you're 14. You make conservatism look pathetic.
Well, luckily for you, I'm not a conservative. I'm America First, bitch.
Just because I'm not radical, it doesn't make me soft. You know, I used to be pretty far right.
I used to be pretty far right. Okay, well, let's get back to that.
If we take radical positions, it's just gonna scare people away. That's just the fact.
Dude, Marcus then just comes in like a bat out of hell.
You're pretty far fucking gay. Go cry to your liberal blue-haired lesbian mom, you test tube baby.
That's crazy. That's fucking insane.
I don't use drugs or alcohol because I keep a clear mind and have a good job. You'll always be a soft mama's boy that wants to be politically correct. Go move to Israel with your faggot fuck buddy Ben Shapiro.
Yo. Alright, let's come on. Let's not be that hard on him. I like the enthusiasm, Marcus. Let's tone it down 12%, 15% maybe.
I really don't know why you hate me so much. I'm literally a traditionalist.
Dude, he just thinks the same thing that I think. It's like you gotta be willing to see the bigger picture.
I'm not a liberal, you're just an extremist, that's all. Marcus, you're telling me that is in favor of banning all forms of porn and is a supporter of Eva Valor. Gingerbroke is a liberal face with tears of joy. You're just low IQ, aren't you?
I don't think he's low IQ, no.
You sound mad face with tears of joy. What is your obsession with me? Jamin is way more liberal than me, so I don't get why you focus on me. Also, that is nowhere near as good an insult as the ones you usually throw at me. You hate me because I'm not an asshole like
Dude,
you, that's all, but I can be
you.
dick too. Christian, he's mad cause he knows you're right.
Dude, that's what these people like will convince themselves. He's mad because he knows I'm right. No, it's because he's trolling you. He's trolling you. He's sitting there laughing, writing it, thinking, oh, he's gonna fucking crash out at this, which you did.
Projection much, Marcus?
Yeah, dude, you really fucking got him there. Wow, he might have to retire now.
Fuck, I missed the live. Hey Christian, you're a cuck for NGGRS and Jews.
Crazy work, dude. Crazy work.
James, you unleashed me, bro. I'm going hard as fuck Monday through Friday now.
I welcome it.
And you a closeted homosexual.
Dude, the Christian fires back at him. You're a closeted homosexual.
You're just like Bad Bunny.
Dude.
Bad Bunny is your type. Puerto Rico should be nuked along with Israel, bitch. Who said I like Somalians? I just don't hate them, but I don't want any more immigrating.
Yeah, I don't hate them either. But you think I do.
Also, I've always despised Bad Bunny. He does not represent us. Go back to West Virginia and marry your half-sister. I literally have a preference for white women, so I don't know what you are talking about.
Whoa. I get you're talking to him, but we're not going to tolerate the West Virginia slander here. Cheers, beers, mountaineers, horns down, bitch. WU till I fucking die. No. We love West Virginia on this show.
Marcus, you sound gay as fuck.
I like Marcus.
That girl you are debating looks even worse than the last.
She was smarter, for sure, I actually think. Let's see, someone gave a link. Let's check it out before we play it. I've played that exact edit on my show before. That edit got me banned off TikTok once when I made it. For now on, here's what we're going to do. If you want me to play a video for you on the show, I will play any video on the show as long as it's not copyright protected. But what you have to do is you have to power chat, super chat it. If you do a power chat and you send like $5, you could send a video with it. So it's like $2 minimum for a chat, $5 minimum for a video.
Get you a lady who will make you a chicken parm without asking.
Dude, I want a bitch who's just gonna do what I say at all times.
Lance Twiggs was spotted recently, face with open eyes and mouth with head exploding.
Yeah, I saw that. You guys see why I don't like to listen to the emojis, right? Because that's just annoying. Like, mouth with, like, mouth open, head exploding. It's like, okay.
My home declared that unborn children are human beings recently, so Marcus should stop comparing all Puerto Ricans to non-binary fairy Bad Bunny because most Puerto Ricans on the island are older and don't really like him. It's crazy. Lot of the same issues in America, like the falling birth rate and the LGBT agenda, exist there too.
Okay. That's the end of our comments. Holy shit. Sometimes it's a lot to get through. Like, and I don't mean like numbers wise. I just mean like it takes a lot of willpower to sit through these comments and not kill yourself during it. Some people will never get that though, but we're going to sign off for the day. That's been the entire show. What I want you guys to let me know in the comments, we'll read all the comments tomorrow. Let me know who you think won the debate. Let me know where you think I was strong, where I was weak, where she was strong, where she was weak. If you guys would like to see me and her do a future debate, not on that platform, but on my platform, let me know if you think, guys, do you think she wanted it? I guess that's what the people want to know. Do you think she wanted it? So I think right now, she's in her group chat like, guys, this fucking guy, he might need to breed me. Whoa. We're going too far. We're going too far. Going too far. Let's sign off for the day, though. Remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. We read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on whatever platform you're listening on. X, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Kick. Your mom's fucking TV. I don't care. Follow me on whatever platform you're on. Follow me on Telegram as well. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being fans of the show. Thank you guys for making this all possible. Without the viewers of the show wouldn't really be possible. So I really love to see it. Thank you guys. And I will see you guys again tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you. And I hope you guys do have a blessed day and a blessed night.
I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another.